unseen warfare is something that all of us are called to, and that is the most difficult war or battle or struggle that we will ever be involved in, because the enemy is yourself.
This is about knowing the one true God and doing many things that the world would consider impractical, because we want to seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness.
With man it is impossible. With God, all things are possible.
What's up, everyone? Man, I never get over that intro. I feel like the intro, man, it just like, it gets you locked in, bro. It gets you ready to go. You know, we're locked in. So, what's up, everybody? If y'all just now getting in here, make sure y'all hit the like button on the live as we get started. I don't even know if that helps out the algorithm or not, but maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. Doesn't hurt to do it anyways. Oh yeah, I gotta turn on the I knew I was missing something. I knew there was something I was missing when I loading up the stream, man. Intro gave me goosebumps in a good way. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's what we like to hear. Yes, sir. Leaving a comment after the stream helps. Yes, for sure. For sure. That is a good thing. Crusade time. That intro got me pumped. I'm telling y'all, man, it's the way that y'all know it's ready. It's time to go to war. That's all it is. It's time to go to war. That's all it tells y'all, man. For sure, for sure. Thoughts on Jehovah's Witness blood doctrine. I'm not sure exactly what that is referring to, Melvin. Not exactly sure. Boxing today. Spiritual boxing, I suppose. Tuesday stream. Am I tripping? No, we always do Tuesday streams every week. You're early. Lock in, lock in. Today's stream, man, Muslims, why aren't you Christian? Let me know. Give me a good reason. Give me a good reason why you ain't Christian. We just now getting started up here, so make sure you guys are liking the live. Y'all coming in here. All right. Let's see if we get coherent Muslims tonight. Oh, wait, that's a conundrum. Well, hey, man. You know, we always hold out hope. We always hold out hope. Missed a few live streams. I'm in the UK. Glad to be back, W. Good, 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 good. No stream yesterday. Art of the Sky. Yeah, we're on schedule, man. Only thing TikTok is better at replies to people. Yeah, I wish I do wish Bride of Christ. What? I wish that YouTube had a way to like reply to comments on mobile. Coherent Muslim, that's a fallacy. Yeah. They gotta make up a new fallacy name after that one, man. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. Hello?
Hey, what's good, Nick? How you doing, man?
I'm good. What's going on?
Not a whole lot, bro. What's another word for like a coherent, like Christian?
What?
Like, is there a such thing as a coherent Christian?
Yeah, it's just called a Christian.
Oh, okay, okay. I was just checking. All right, yeah. I mean, yeah, man. I know you done talked to me before, but like, you want me to tell you again why I ain't no Christian again, or you want me to give like spin you a different reason?
Sure. Let me know. Why aren't you a Christian?
Why I ain't a Christian is because if you think about it, man, you can't escape this. I know you would like you might, but then again, it's Nick. Nick might be able to escape it because you was trying to escape really hard from the Liano's argument, but that one backfired. But anyway, though, yeah, there ain't no way to look at it that three like if you believe a God died on the cross, you gon' like subsequently you gonna believe that two gods did die on the cross.
No, we don't, because it's the same God, just different reference.
Okay, how many gods died on the cross then?
One God.
How many gods didn't die on the cross?
The same one God, because God is not a rigid designator.
Yeah, but you see how that's contradictory. Like,
What's the contradiction?
on one hand, on one hand, you're saying God died on the cross, while simultaneously saying God didn't die on the cross. Like
Do you even
do
know
you
what a
not see
rigid? Do
like
you even know what a rigid designator is?
hell no?
I figured. Okay, so rigid designator just means that something is gonna have either a one referent or it can have multiple referents. It doesn't necessarily have one, so it's not a rigid designator. So it doesn't necessarily have one referent. And so when we say God died and God didn't die, it's not a contradiction because we're referencing two different referents.
Bro, you just complicate it even more. You're supposed to simplify it. Explain it like in simple terms.
God doesn't always mean one thing or refer to one thing.
Right, you saying God refers to the person in this case, being Jesus.
Yes, in the first instance.
In the first, what you mean by first instance?
When you ask, did God die on the cross? That's in reference to the Son. When I say yes.
Right. So could you argue in that sense, right? And this is what I'm trying to tell you. Like in a sense, you believe in three gods because in a sense you could say because God is attributed to the personhood of Jesus, you could argue that two other gods didn't die, being the Father and the Holy Spirit.
No, it's because they're not other gods. They're not different gods.
I understand. I understand your paradigm. You don't believe they're different gods. I'm with you on that one. I understand that. But because you saying one God did die on the cross, you would have to concede to the fact that you believe two other gods, two God persons did not die.
Two other persons, yes. We don't have to concede to other gods.
Okay, I mean, yeah, I guess you're not going to budge on that one. But anyway, though, let's use you know, the verse where it bring up Oiden.
What about it?
Can you bring up the verse?
Mark 13:32. What about it?
Yeah, I'm saying like, can you bring it up on the screen?
No one knows that day or hour, not the Son or the angels, only the Father.
Okay. Oh, there you go, there, man. All right. The verse up on the memorization skills, I see, man.
Bro, y'all bring
Hey,
this
somebody give
argument
my boy
every
Nick a
day.
rose for that, man.
Bro, y'all bring
Somebody
this
give Nick a
argument
rose.
every day. I didn't want to
Yeah.
memorize it. It got memorized
Hey,
because I
hey, Nick,
get this
hold on, my
argument
brother. I'm
every
trying.
day.
Nick, brother, I'm trying to get you a rose. Hey, somebody drop. Hey, I appreciate you.
I can't do it, bro. I can't do it, bro. I literally can't do it, bro. Yeah, he had too much caffeine. He had way too much caffeine today. He gotta go, like, he gotta chill off that caffeine for like an hour and he can come back up. Lyndon, appreciate the super chat, bro. Or super sticker. I don't know which one it was. Appreciate it, bro.
Yo,
Cut off at like 6 Monster Energy drinks. Yeah, what's going on?
so you're Eastern Orthodox, yeah?
Yeah.
So do you pray the saints?
Yeah, ask him to pray for me. Yeah.
Okay, so where's that in the Bible?
I'm not sola scriptura.
Oh, so you follow things after the Bible?
Yes. The Bible says to. Okay, he left. What a strange individual. Yeah. I don't know if it's just me that notices this, but it's always the first couple individuals that come up in the live are very strange. I don't know why. Thank you all for the gifts on TikTok as well. I see y'all. Bro just spat on you. Yeah, I don't know. These people are very strange. I think so. You're gonna watch Party IP? I was gonna if it was at the same time, but IP's debate isn't until like later tonight. So weird folks on TikTok. Yeah. What's the basis for praying to saints? The church? The church's teachings? Who is IP debating? He's debating the Orthodox Muslim. Gonna be an easy win. Good looking jacket. Appreciate it. How many Knicks got baked? How many Knicks didn't get baked? Ah, man, I don't know. Why aren't you watching it? I will watch it. I'm just not gonna do a watch party for it. Don't worry, y'all. At the end of my live, I'll give you all the info about where y'all can watch it at, all that good stuff. Don't even worry. Don't even worry. All right, let's see what we got. Hello?
Hey, what's up?
What's up, man?
Can you hear me?
It's kind of muffled.
Is it better now?
It's okay. Hey, what's going on?
I'm doing all right. How about you? I hope everything is well.
Yeah, what you got, man?
I read the prompt and I was like, I have to jump in. So, Muslims, why aren't you Christian? So, okay, can we at least agree to the fact that Islam is an Abrahamic faith?
I agree that y'all call it one. I don't believe it is one.
Well, I'm pretty sure 90% of the people who are part of the Abrahamic faith, which includes Jews and Christians and Muslims, they do agree that Islam is an Abrahamic faith because at the end of the day, it spreads the same message as Jesus and Moses.
It does not.
Like,
No, I'm saying it doesn't, though. You do not spread the same message as Jesus and
I
Moses.
understand, but at the end of the day, 90% of the people believe that it is an Abrahamic faith. So if you go ask a Hindu
Bruh,
or
I
an
don't care
atheist
if
or a Sikh,
99% believe it. It's still wrong.
at least we can also agree on the fact that I'm pretty sure that the lineage, or let's say Muhammad is a descendant of Jesus or Moses or Abraham at the end of the day. In fact, as
Now, who's
Muslims,
a
like
descendant of Moses?
Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, he's a descendant of Abraham.
Bruh, even if he was a descendant of Jesus himself, what would that have to do with anything?
Just trying to point out the fact that Islam is an Abrahamic faith.
Oh, so do you follow the teachings of Jesus?
Yeah, okay, yes, I do, but that's according to my religion, according to Islam.
Okay, how do you know what Christ actually said when he was on earth? Is there any way to tell besides the Quran?
Uh, okay, so to answer your question, yeah, no. Like, if you ask me, okay, how do I exactly know what Jesus said? I don't know anything. I would not believe anything other than the Quran.
So let me get this straight.
That
Let me
does,
get this straight. So you believe you follow the teachings of Jesus because you follow a book that says it follows the teachings of Jesus.
I mean, at the end of the day, you guys do the same thing.
No, we don't.
Okay, how do you know what you do is what Jesus did?
Multiple things. We have things outside the Bible as well, such as Clement of Alexandria. We know who the disciples were, the people who actually were with Jesus. We have their words written down. Like we have all of these things about Jesus's life, and we do follow exactly what he said in there.
Yep, but so it's the same case in Islam. We have something called as the Hadith and the.
But I know, but Hadith don't help you with Jesus.
I mean, there are pretty. I'm pretty sure you can find statements by the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, that let's say state what Jesus used to do. I mean, it doesn't say everything or every life detail about Jesus, but like basically sums up that Jesus was a Muslim as well, and he pretty much spread the same
What did
message.
the people who lived with Jesus say that he said?
We personally don't believe. Okay, so you guys believe in the disciples, right?
Yes.
Uh, so if I'm not wrong, the Bible was written. Again, I could be wrong here, but if I read it right, if I remember it correctly, the Bible was written 50 years after Jesus died. If I'm not wrong,
Yeah,
so
it
it was
depends
written by
which
the.
book. Some books were written around 20 years after Jesus. Some were written about 30 to 40. It just depends.
So, okay, my question to you, or my answer to you at this point is I don't believe in Jesus, or I don't believe in Christianity in itself. I do believe in Jesus, but I don't believe in Christianity because how can I believe in a book that, let's say, is supposedly supposed to be written by Jesus, but then at the end of the day, it was written 50 years after he passed away?
Because the people who wrote it, just because they wrote it after the fact, doesn't mean that they weren't actually there. They wrote it after the fact because they knew they were going to eventually die, so they need to write it down for people to actually keep it.
Yeah, but there is a very good chance that they may have made an error, and Jesus was not there to correct it. To get what I'm trying to say.
I'm saying if they were making mistakes, why don't we see contradictions within the different gospel accounts?
There are definitely contradictions in the Bible. I can name you some if you give
Sure.
me some time.
Yeah, sure. What contradictions are there between the gospel accounts? That's what I'm curious about.
Give me a second. Let me just find this out for you.
Okay. Guys, if y'all in here, make sure you guys are liking the live. See my boy Darren in here. What's good, Darren? What's up? Peace.
Okay, so one of them, let's say, was in Matthew, Mark, and Luke. It says Simon of Cyrene carried the cross, whereas in John it says Jesus carried the cross himself. Another one is the
Wait,
timing
wait,
of the
let's go one by one. All right. The first
yeah,
one is
go
not
ahead.
a contradiction. All the gospels agree. Jesus carried the cross first, right, for as long as he could bear, and then Simon carried it after him. How is that a contradiction?
Okay, again, I'm not. I haven't read the Bible. Like, I'm not a Christian, and I haven't properly read the Bible as much as you have.
All right,
That's
well,
why
first one
I'm
down,
giving
first
up.
contradiction
Yeah,
down. What's the second
all right,
one?
all right. Yeah. Second one, the time of crucifixion. Mark 15:25. It says Jesus was crucified at the third hour, and John 19 14 to 16 says Jesus was still on trial around the sixth hour. That's a 3 hour difference at a critical moment.
Brother, he was, yeah, his crucifixion lasted a long time. It wasn't like an hour long event. How is that a contradiction if it lasted? One person said he's crucified
No,
here,
no, but
crucified here.
okay,
He's
I
crucified for
understand.
a long time.
No, I understand, but it says Jesus was crucified. Like according from what I understand, he was crucified at the third hour, and then on in John 19 it says the trial was still. So the crucifixion did not go ahead, but the trial was going ahead.
Okay, so
You know what
what?
I'm
Okay,
trying to
so
say?
great. So what verse are you saying he wasn't crucified? This is saying he wasn't crucified yet, and another verse saying he was already crucified at this point. Let's go to those.
Yeah, Mark 15:25.
All right, Mark 15:25.
Yeah, it says if I'm not wrong, Jesus was crucified at the
And
third
what's the
hour.
second verse?
The second one is John 19:14-16.
John 19:14 to 16. All right, let's go to it. Okay. All right. So in Mark 15, it reads,
Yeah,
Then they compiled a certain man, Simon of Cyrene, the father of Alexander of Rufus, and he was coming out of the country, passing by to bear his cross. And they brought him to a place of Golgotha, which is transferred place of the skull. Then they gave him wine mingled with myrrh, and they crucified him. And so this would be, so at now the third hour they crucified him. That's the first verse, right?
yeah.
Okay, good. All right, so the second verse, and I hope you understand the difference between Greek times and Jewish times. We'll get into that though. John 19:14 to 16. Now it was preparation day at the Passover, and about the sixth hour, he said to the Jews, Behold your king. But he cried out, Away with him, and crucify him. Pilate said to him, Shall we crucify your king? The chief priest says, We have no king but Caesar. Then he delivered him to be crucified, and they led him away. So, do you understand what the difference is, first of all? Between like what it means to be for something to be a sixth hour in Greek culture versus the third.
I
Like, do
mean,
you know what
if
like
you
what
want to,
time? Do you
no, no,
like
no.
what time it is?
I'm not sure if you want to explain it. It could be better. It will
So,
clarify everything.
all right, yeah. So the third hour is just going to be referencing like something happened at 9 a.m. That's all that means.
Okay.
And so the sixth hour for Jewish culture, though, or for the Roman culture rather, it typically started at midnight, where we start today. So this would have happened at the sixth hour. So this would have happened at about 6 a.m. So all it's saying is at 6 a.m., what happens is he goes in and he gets sentenced. At 9 a.m., he's crucified. So this isn't going to be a
Yeah,
contradiction.
I understand, but isn't this explanation a bit weak because there is no explicit evidence that specifically states that the John used the Roman time?
Yeah,
That's
he
something
I
you
can
just
show you he does in the Gospels too. Because when
no.
John's when John's writing right in
But
the
if I'm
time,
yeah, yeah. From what
go
I'm
ahead.
getting it, the Gospel of John elsewhere seems to follow the Jewish customs, but over here you guys just
Where
put
does
up
he
a
where do you see he's talking about that type of calendar like in there? Because following Jewish custom versus Jewish calendar is different.
yeah. But I'd assume if something is following like okay, if I go to let's say one of those Arabic countries, Middle East, right, Dubai or let's say Saudi, yeah, they follow their own customs and they have their own calendar, which is the Hijri calendar. Just for you guys, they bring up the Gregorian calendar, but that does not mean they don't follow their own Hijri calendar. You know what I'm trying to say?
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm saying that John is using the Roman calendar.
Yeah, but where does it? I don't see any explicit evidence where John used the Roman time.
Yeah, he does it even in John chapter 1, I believe. If we go to John chapter 1, I think it's verse 39.
And even if John used the Roman time, John 19:14 says Jesus was still on trial around the 6th hour, whereas Mark says he was already crucified at the 3rd hour.
Yeah, so John chapter
So there is
1,
no space. So if I get my maths right, there is no space for sentencing. There is no space for carrying the cross and the
the 3
crucifixion
hours
process.
isn't
Like
enough time to do that?
my maths doesn't. No, I don't think so, bro.
3 hours isn't enough time to put a man
But
on a cross. What are you talking about?
it is. It is. But okay, it's not only putting the man on the cross. It's like it's a lot of things. It's like sentencing. It's like carrying the cross and the actual crucifixion process. You know what I'm trying to say? And it's like
No,
it's
because
not some random.
the crucifixion lasted many, many hours. When it's saying he's crucified, that's just talking about the start.
See, that's another thing I don't understand. Like the other thing, as a Muslim, I don't understand. Like, or I don't. That's why I don't follow Christianity, is because it was originally revealed in a language that was, let's say, Aramaic, or let's say Hebrew, if I'm not wrong. But now, since the language has changed, everything changes so much. It's the same as if I tell you, okay, the Quran was revealed in the Arabic language. You can find translations in English, but you cannot have the Quran. Like you cannot read the Quran in English because it changes the meaning
I don't know
entirely.
what that has to do with John writing and talking about.
Now, I'm just giving you another reason as to why I'm not a Christian. I'm saying
I mean,
here
I'm
again,
telling you, this is a bad reason though, because the point
how is
is
this a bad reason?
because we can see that even in John 1, he uses Roman time.
Okay, even if he does use the Roman time, again, the point here is like there are so many inconsistencies. Like if again, another reason I'm giving you, okay, sure, you proved your point here. You let's say you won this debate, all right, you won the you like you proved me wrong, and you tried to like properly explain everything, and you were successful at it. What I'm trying to say is a reason, again, as the prompt says, why I'm not a Christian is because there are way too many inconsistencies in the Bible.
You haven't named one yet though.
Again, I'm naming
I'm
one good one.
waiting
Is
for one. I'm waiting for
the
one you
one
can
good
actually
one is
substantiate.
that it was if I'm not wrong, it was originally in Aramaic and now it's in English. Like I don't understand why
How it,
you
bro?
changed it.
So because we translated it to English, it's inconsistent now.
What do you mean? No,
What does the Bible also being in English have to do with the Bible being inconsistent?
look, what I'm trying to say is when you change a language of a book, yeah, 100% you're meant to make mistakes, and not
Dude, you
only
can
that,
still read it in Aramaic, even though it's not even what it was written in, but you could still read it in Aramaic to this day.
okay, what was it written in?
The New Testament was written in Greek.
Okay, let's say if it was written in Greek, why was it not preserved in Greek?
It
Why is
is.
the language?
John 1:1, Enarchean hologos proston theon. Bro, like it
Okay,
literally, we have the Greek of it still.
then why do people read it in English? Why do people not try to
Because
read
we
it in
speak
English?
English, bro. Because
I
God
understand,
doesn't
but
only speak one language.
no, I understand you. I get your point, but my point here is like something in its original form is the best. Like you can understand what it's trying to say. What my point here is, if you translate something, you are bound to make a mistake in the translation, or not only that, meanings change, definitions change. Like let's
Great.
say
That's why
if
we
I
have things such as concordances, which is why we can go back and look at them and see what the words mean in the Greek.
all right, sure, I guess you're right. My point is just like this is one of like these are my proper reasons as to why I don't follow the
I'm
Bible.
telling you, you
Also,
need to think about because these are horrendous reasons, bro. I'm telling you, you need to do some reflection, think about these things.
I will. I genuinely will. I honestly like studying about history and religion.
All
Also,
right.
the fact that you might not look at it as an Abrahamic faith, but again, a lot of people, and it's like you can search it up on Google as well. It's an Abrahamic faith. So the best example I can give to someone is like, okay, let's say it's an Abrahamic faith. Moses taught a message, Jesus taught another message, Muhammad taught another message. They taught three different messages. They came at three different times, but they had the same message, which was worship God. It's like, let's say, the best example I can give is like, it's like the different versions of iPhone. One came down with, let's say, iPhone 5, the other one with iPhone 6, the other one with iPhone 7. You can choose what you want to, but obviously the best is the most updated one. Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
I don't. I'm gonna be honest, but listen, bro. I do appreciate you hopping up, man. Listen, just think about what I said. Maybe look into the Gospels a little bit, and we can talk another time, bro. You're welcome back anytime. All right.
Thank you so much.
All right, man. Jesus would have had a super chat. Yo, Nick, what's a real distinction definitionally to you? I would say a real distinction is between two or more things within reality, not mind dependently. So a distinction that is not merely within the mind, but it can be within either one or more substance or within the same substance.
Yo,
Yeah, hello?
yeah, why Muslims, why aren't you Christian? All right, because if I was Christian, I would have to say my God wore sandals and walked around Jerusalem. As a Muslim, I don't have to say that.
Oh, as a Muslim, you have
My
to
God
say,
doesn't wear sandals.
brother, as a
There's no
Muslim, you have
sandals
to
on
say,
his feet.
dude, as a Muslim, you have to say you could take, if you're a Salaf, you have to say you could take a rocket ship to your God. Well, so what's the difference?
No, of course not. My God is the unseen God. Your God wore sandals
Are
and
you
walked around
Salafi?
Jerusalem. Don't worry about that.
What do you mean don't worry about that? I'm asking you a question.
I'm
Are
a
you Salafi?
Muslim.
Bro,
My God
rep your
is
set, bro. Are you
unseen.
Salafi?
My God is unseen.
Brother,
Nobody
are you
can see my
Salafi?
God. No, it doesn't matter. Why are you running? Talk
Running,
about the
what?
topic. The
I am.
topic
Yeah,
is,
I'm saying
why
that's,
aren't you
dude,
Christian?
I'm telling you that's a bad reason to not be
And
Christian, because if
Salafis,
that's
do you
your
know what
reason,
Salafi is?
yes, so
Salafis
can
don't
you,
believe you can see God. Are you okay?
oh, was Ibn Taymiyyah a Salafi?
Tell me what no, he wasn't. He was the father that the Salafi people
So
used
then
as a
he would have been a
scholar.
Salafi.
But, okay, what's your point? What about him?
Okay, does he not say that things only exist if they can be viewed by one of the five senses, at least?
Okay.
So to him, you must either be able to see, smell, taste, etc. God. Do you agree with
Bro,
him?
that doesn't include God. What?
No, it
Are you
does.
okay?
That's literally in his proof text for God. He says
So he
that
says God
God
is
is
included
viewed
in
by,
this.
yes, that he says anything only exists
No, you're
if
a
viewed by.
liar.
Okay, do you want me to pull it up?
Bro, the Quran says specifically God is unseen. So I
Is
doubt
he
a Muslim
physical?
scholar
Is he physical?
that knows the Quran. No.
Oh, he's not physical.
I doubt that
So he's not in
somebody
space.
that studied the Quran is gonna say, "Oh, you could see God,"
So wait, so he's not
or
in space above his
include
throne?
him in what you just said.
Wait. So he's not in space above his throne?
That doesn't mean he's physical.
Brother, if he's in space, what do you think it means to be physical?
You're either physical or spiritual, right?
Yeah, what does it mean to be physical?
Something seen. I don't know how to explain it. I mean,
Something made of matter, right?
okay, sure.
Okay, and to be in the universe, you have to be made of matter, right?
In our concept of the universe, sure.
Okay. Is Allah in the universe? Is he in space?
No,
Okay. So then if he's above the throne, where's the throne at then?
above the heavens.
Where though? If it's not in space, where is
Bro,
it?
what kind of question is that? Who do you think it's mapped out? Like, what do you mean?
Brother,
Now you're running from the topic,
this
bro.
is
Our
crazy.
God, just know this. If you're a Muslim, you
This
could
is
say
insane.
our God is unseen. But can you say your God didn't wear sandals?
I don't think that's an issue. No, why can God not
That's not
take
an
on flesh?
issue.
No, why
The
can God not take
creator
on
of the
flesh?
heavens and the earth, the Almighty, the one that needs nobody, wore sandals on his feet and got crucified by some Jews and
Yeah, can you
in
explain? Yes, can
Jerusalem?
you explain to me the
Come
issue
on,
with
man.
that? Why God can't?
I can't. What do you mean? That is an issue? That's the whole issue.
What is the issue?
How can you trust in a God that wore sandals?
The same way Ibn Taymiyyah said, God is able to make us feel him with one of the five senses, and what does not allow us to feel one of the five senses is not existent. Oh, you're lagging. Jabril got your Wi-Fi. Hello? Did Jabril get your Wi-Fi? Shaitan? Buddy, turn
Well,
on airplane mode.
I'm right here, bro. You the one acting like you can't hear me, bro.
Acting like
You
the
can hear me
entire
now?
chat can't hear you, dude.
Stop capping. I don't see nobody saying that.
Chat,
Darren, I
could
made
y'all
you.
hear him?
Hey, listen.
Nah,
Hey,
chat, could
listen,
y'all hear
listen.
him?
Hey, I want to ask you something about your Christian brother. So I hit Darren with the Matthew 23 verse like 3 months ago. I'm like, why does Jesus approve of?
He's such an idiot, bro. I'm just moving on. Talking about some, oh, I don't see none of the chat. Like, bro, oh my, he's such a cornball, dude. This dude doesn't even know if he's, bro, Muslims are so scared of their own religion. He is scared to even say if he's a Salafi or not. Muslims fear to eat, like they know their doctrine sucks so bad that they're scared to even talk about their own religion. It's genuinely embarrassing. Genuinely, it is like actually embarrassing. I can't believe it. Hello?
Yo, I'm Christian, but I just got a question about like, you know, the sects and the sects in Christianity, about like, you know, Catholicism and Eastern Orthodox.
Sure, if you come at the end of my live, I normally try to let people up at the end of my live that agree. But yeah, so just come back at the end. I appreciate you, man.
Yeah.
Please only request if y'all disagree. Nick is scared. Qwani, why are you in the comments saying I'm scared, but you're not even requesting up? What are we talking about here? Hello?
Hi brother, from Syria need help. Please 5 minutes, bro.
What are we doing?
Yo.
Hey, what's going on?
Yo, what's up? Yo, let me ask you something, Nick. So what do Christians believe they get in heaven?
Eternal union with God.
Eternal union with God. That's all you get?
That's all?
You don't get,
that's not enough for
you?
You
don't get women. You don't get women. You
Yo,
don't get whatever
Muslims
you want.
are so perverted that eternal union with an infinite good being isn't enough. You need woman. You need to have sex.
You're gonna be bride.
You're
gonna be Jesus's bride in heaven. That's what you're fighting for,
brother. This is God isn't enough for you.
You arguing with Muslims because they're gonna get women.
God isn't enough for you.
That's what you arguing with.
God isn't enough for you.
Bro, that's crazy. How don't you want women in heaven, bro?
Is God not enough for you?
Gonna be God, Jesus is
y'all some horny jits, bro. Muslims are so perverted, bro. I swear. Look, this is exactly why I said I made a tweet about this on Twitter the other day, on X. I said, bro, I said this exact tweet 2 days ago. I said Islamic heaven is literally just a desire for sin. All they want to do, oh my gosh, they are more excited about having sex with a bunch of random virgins in heaven than to be with God. These people do not actually care about God. These Muslims do not care about God. They just want to have sex. It's crazy. Muhammad was the same way. Muhammad didn't care about God. He just wanted to have sex. He's like, yo, listen. He's like, listen. Y'all can only have 4 wives, but God made this special I don't know why he put this burden on me, guys. I don't know why God had to put this burden on me. He said y'all can only have 4. For some reason, I can have like 9. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I can have 9 wives, all right? I don't know why God had to... man, why did God have to choose me for that, man? Oh, the absolute issue. I can have 9 wives. Brother. It started off with a sinful man, Muhammad, who was perverted. And then it continued for more sinful men. That's all there is to it. That's all there is to it. Buddy, so conveniently, everyone else can have 4 wives. I can have 7, 9, whatever. Actually, he had 9 at one point. So, you know, there's that. Isn't that something special, man? Crazy out here. Hello?
Yo,
What's going on?
would you believe Jesus is divine?
Yeah.
So when Jesus died on the cross and the Father turned away from him, what does that mean?
Turned away from him?
Mm.
Where you get that from?
So the Father didn't turn away from the Son.
No.
So how did the Son die?
By separating from his flesh. He left. He left. Yo, he thought the script was gonna work. Some Muslim told him that Father turned his back on the Son, and he must have really thought that was true and was just hoping I would just go with it. But as soon as I did, he said, "Dang, I can't back this up. I'm cooked. I'm cooked. I can't back it up. I'm cooked." Hello?
You doing
Hello?
today, Nick?
Hello? Hey, what's going on?
You good?
Yeah, what's up, man?
Yeah. So the reason why I'm not a Christian is because I have a really big problem on Jesus being God, and to substantiate as to why I believe this is like in my mind, God is the greatest of all things, and God cannot worship another thing. God cannot worship another thing, right? So Jesus clearly in the Bible worshiped the Father. And if Jesus were to be God and the Father is God, this must mean that God had a God.
No, well,
Just
the
like how the
Father
Bible,
isn't another
just like,
being, though. So
yeah, that doesn't really change anything though, because like, just like how Jesus says in the Bible, I don't know verse, but he says, "My God and your God," right? When he's praying to the Father, I believe. So I just don't understand how God can have a God. Can you please like explain that to me?
because it's in accordance with the flesh he took on. It's when it's
What?
talk. Well, yeah, it's according to the flesh that he took on. The flesh
Yeah, like,
itself of Jesus is not God. The person of Jesus is God, and so his flesh has a God. So we can say the person in accordance with the flesh does.
I thought that you guys say that. Wait, can you please like explain that again? I didn't really hear you very clearly. My bad.
The flesh itself is not God, and so we can say the person in virtue of the flesh has a God.
Okay, so would it be right to say that God had a God?
If you're referencing the flesh of him, then that's fine. The human
But
nature. But we
the
have to
human,
substantiate that.
I mean, that's another thing. I don't understand. Like when you guys were say human nature, right? And then like in my opinion, the way that you guys look at it is like God was basically limited when he was a human, right?
Nah, we don't think he was like like we think he was still sustaining the universe as a human.
He would. I swear I've heard so many Christians say like Jesus was limited on earth. Even Cliff.
I mean, it depends what you mean by limited. If you're saying he was limited in the sense that he had to eat food and stuff, sure, but he didn't like lose his
No.
divine
Limited
nature.
Huh?
Like he didn't lose his divine, like he was still all powerful on earth.
He was still all powerful. Okay, so can I ask you another question? So when it comes to Jesus himself, right, and in the Trinity, how does it work that he's just as like much of God as the Father, right? And he basically, in a way, he worshipped the Father as if the Father is greater than him. How does that work?
Well, I mean, you gotta understand if we're defining worship as just like the highest form of honor, the Father did the same thing when he glorified the Son. So,
No, the Father never prayed towards the Son.
okay, how do you define prayer?
As a Muslim?
Yes.
As a Muslim, I think prayer is submitting to God fully.
Submitting to God?
Yeah, like submitting, like giving him like.
Well, if you're just submitting your will, I mean, they have the same will. So if you're just using it as that, then the Son, in virtue of his divine nature, didn't. So because they have the same will, so it doesn't make any sense.
How do you know they have the same will?
That's like that would be an essential property, be a property of the nature. Since they have the same
Do you
nature, they'd have the same
biblical
will.
in the Bible? Does it say they have the same will?
Yeah, it literally says that the Godhead dwelt in him fully. What do you think that means?
That God had what?
The Godhead dwelled in him fully. What do you think that means?
I think that would probably mean that God, doesn't the word dwelling mean like to like go within or something?
It means like to subsist within. So how did the Godhead dwell within him?
Okay, that's a different argument, because if you're gonna say that Jesus is God, and there's in the Bible places where to me it looks like Jesus isn't God, then that's just a contradiction.
I don't know where you're seeing that he's not God though.
Like, I don't know, like there's just like some verses. I don't know what you mean.
Like what? We can go over them. Like what? Which one?
Okay, you like to go over them? Okay, Jesus says, let me think of some right now. The Father is greater than him.
Yeah, again, that's in reference to his position, because it's greater to be in heaven, have a localized presence in heaven than on earth. That's all it's referring to.
No, you can't. Here's the thing. You a lot of you, and I know you do too, because I've heard you say this in debates. You guys love to like get mad at the fact that Quran has tafsirs and things. You don't have any. You
Get
saying
mad at the Quran for having tafsirs?
yes. You guys always say, why can't you just go literally from the verse? Why do you guys have to look at your scholars that have?
I don't know who said. I'm not gonna lie. I've never heard anybody say that. But I'll tell you firsthand. I don't mind you using tafsirs, and you probably should. And when I actually read the Quran, I read the tafsirs too.
Wait, aren't you literally friends with God Logic?
Yes.
God Logic literally says all the time, what happened to your clear Quran? Why do you have to go to your scholars? Why can't you just read from the text? Okay, so
yeah, because I think he's referring to the fact that he says it's supposed to be clear, but there's different people who have different interpretations on certain verses. That's all he's referring to. I don't have an issue with you using a tafsir though.
Okay, so then what's your like evidence that Jesus actually, or sorry, what's your evidence that when Jesus claims that the Father is greater than him, he's only talking about his localized presence, and not that he's actually greater than him?
Well, two things. Number one, the church fathers, just like you guys have tafsirs. Yeah. And also number two, the other fact that we can see that he has the same nature as the Father. If he has the same nature as the Father, and greatness and goodness is also a property of nature, we know he has the same goodness as him.
Which early church fathers say that this means localized presence?
Chrysostom.
Oh, okay. Okay. Can I ask you just one more question about Christianity itself?
Sure.
How does it like work that you guys basically believe that Jesus, that the Mosaic laws, I think it's called, right? That they were that Jesus didn't come to abolish them, but he came to fulfill them.
Yeah.
If you guys don't believe in them, and Jesus didn't come to abolish them, which in other words just means that Jesus didn't come to take them away, but he came to fulfill them. What makes you guys just say that you guys get the choice to just not follow them?
Because fulfilling
things
something,
things like doing that kind of stuff is in that law.
Because to fulfill something means to bring it to a completion. And so if he
No.
fulfilled,
You
want me to show you the definition of fulfill? Do I need to literally show you that's the definition of it?
Sure. Yeah, there's also
I'll literally show you that's the very first definition.
Sure. There's also definition. No, you don't have to go to the very first one. There can be different.
Okay, so you agree. Sentences. So I'm using the definition that Merriam or Oxford Languages uses, the very first definition, which is to bring to a completion.
Okay. Do you agree that the word fulfillment can also mean to follow? If I fulfill what my parents ask me to do, right?
And you completed what they asked you to do.
Or
if they ask you to do your chores and you fulfill what they asked you to do, you completed the chores.
Yeah, and I also did the chores.
Yeah, right? And they're done now because you fulfilled them, right? You don't have to. You don't have to continue doing the chores, right?
So wait, hold on. So if I fulfill what someone asked me to do, right? In the process of fulfilling it, am I not doing it?
Yes, you are.
Okay. So
and what happens after it's fulfilled?
Okay. So let's just get this straight.
No, wait. What happens after it's fulfilled?
The law.
What happens, brother? In your example, what happens after the chores are fulfilled?
After the chores are fulfilled?
Yes.
Then the chores would be done.
They're done. You don't have to keep doing them. They're done.
Correct. Now let me ask you a question.
Amen. So when Christ fulfilled it, they're done. We don't need to keep doing them.
Can I ask you a question, please?
Go ahead.
So I didn't come to abolish the law, but I came to complete them.
Fulfill it, yes. Complete them.
Sure. So let me ask you this: Do you agree that Jesus didn't come to take the law away?
Bro, yes. For the fifth time, he did not come to abolish. He came to fulfill.
So he literally just said the same thing, basically. I
No,
didn't come
because
to abolish them, but
to abolish it means he's not going to actually do them. He's not going to complete them. He's just going to put them away.
Wait. He's not trying to complete them, but he's trying to complete them.
Bro, dear Lord, please, dear Lord, please listen with your ears.
I'm not
to
not the Lord.
abolish them.
I'm not the Lord. I'm not like Abraham. I'm not like Abraham. Yeah.
Bro, just listen. This is insane. Y'all can't listen. To abolish them would mean that he does not complete them. Rather, he just takes them away. To fulfill them means he actually does them and completes them. That's the difference.
Okay. Thank you for your answer, sir. Can I ask you one more?
Take care, bro. Crazy, man. And verse with the super chat, Muslims can't defend their religion. It's craziness. Insane work, isn't it, bro? Walking Mana with the $2 super chat. I'm glad I left that cult. Glory to Christ. Amen. I'm glad you did too, bro. Eric Brooks with the 20 Fearless True Get the memberships. Thank you, Eric. I appreciate that, man. God bless you, brother. Thank you for the Fearless True Get the memberships, bro. That is big time. If you got one, say thank you to my man. For real. Oh, real. All right. What we got next?
Hello, can you hear me? Not here.
Yeah, what's going on?
Yeah, so do you want to hear the argument against hypostatic union, Lord? Yeah.
Nah, he's trolling. Strange in the video. Yeah, appreciate the Galaxy Games. Thank you, man. And also, Moose, thank you for all the gifts as well. But yeah, appreciate all the gifts on TikTok too. What's going on?
You know it's Quran, right? I just have to change my name.
Do I know it's who?
It's Quran. We talked before a couple times.
I'm sorry, I don't remember, bro. What's going on?
Yeah, it's all cool. No apology needed. Yeah, so what makes the Prophet Muhammad perverted again?
The fact that I think that his followers only care about they care more, I would say, about a woman than they do about God, as we saw with the guests specifically. And I think with him in particular, it's very strange that he allowed himself to have multiple wives, more wives than other people. I just think it's strange.
Does that make him perverted?
Yeah, that and the fact that he married a child. Yeah. That makes
so was Solomon perverted for having 700 wives?
Solomon, none of them were a child.
Yeah, that was your second criteria. Your first criteria was the fact that he allowed himself to have more wives. I would appreciate a direct answer. Was Solomon perverted?
I said, continue what I said. I said he allowed himself to have more wives.
Was Solomon perverted?
Dude, please listen. No, listen. This is insane. He allowed himself to have more wives than the other people. So the other people around him could only have 4. He allowed himself to have like up to 9. That's the difference. The people around Solomon could also marry multiple wives. And by the way, Solomon's a sinner too. So even if he was wrong, what does that got to do anything? And I can't hear you off the screen, so I don't know where you're at. Hello? Hello?
Yeah, I got a phone call on my phone.
Did you hear what my answer was?
Well, no, I was just gonna ask you to repeat.
My answer is that Muhammad allowed himself to have more wives than everyone else around him, consequently or conveniently. Solomon married multiple wives, but everyone around him was also allowed to have multiple wives. The difference was it was convenient that Muhammad could have more wives than everyone around him.
Yeah, so nobody said that other people around the Prophet weren't allowed to have multiple wives. There's literally a verse in the Quran that says you're allowed to have up to 4 wives. So based on the fact that he's allowed to,
Muhammad could have more than 4, though, right?
You see how you're interrupting me? You were just being disrespectful because you said I was interrupting.
Because you're not listening, dude. You're not listening. You're not listening.
You said Solomon allowed
to have more
to have their wives as many as they wanted to.
No, you're not listening. To have more wives than the other people around him. I didn't say other people around him couldn't have multiple wives. That's like he could have more than the people around him.
So did Solomon have more wives than the people around him?
What? He wasn't allowed to have more than the people around him. No, there was no amount that he could have that other people couldn't have. No.
So other people could have 700 wives too?
Yes, there was no prohibition against it.
Okay, so there's no reason that having multiple wives, right, makes you a pervert.
That wasn't my argument. My argument was, again, number 1, the fact that conveniently he could have more wives than everyone else around him, and 2, that he married a child.
Yeah, so how does that make him a pervert? I don't understand.
How does
That he can have more wives than everybody else around him.
because he's giving himself the ability to have multiple wives, but saying, oh, you know what, or 9 in particular, but saying, oh, you know, you guys are limited to this amount, but I can have as many as I want.
Okay, great. So can you bring me anything from hadith or anything to attest to your apparent what's the word? You're assuming that he had perverted ambitions, right? That's why he did it. Because I have multiple hadith that I can bring that attest to the goodness of his character. You have to show me
The
that he was
goodness of his
perverted.
character, brother, he married a child.
Oh, what's your definition of a child?
Do I need to give you a definition for a
Why
9-year-old being a child?
Why are you laughing?
I'm laughing because I need to give you a definition for a 9-year-old being a
you don't have a
child.
definition. So do you just use words without knowing their meaning, or do words
No,
have meaning?
I'm saying, do you think a 9-year-old could be a fully grown
Why are you
woman?
asking me a question? I just asked you a question, bro.
Yeah, I think a
Do
9-year-old be a
words
child.
have meanings? Yes or
I think
no?
a 9-year-old would be considered a child.
I didn't ask.
Someone who is not. Yes,
What is your
someone who is
definition of a
not
child?
physically and mentally mature.
Okay, so if Aisha was physically and mentally mature enough to be married at the time of the Prophet, would she be a child?
No.
Okay, so I have multiple hadith that attest to her being physically and mentally mature, and
At
also
9?
and already being engaged before the Prophet Muhammad, and then right after her breaking off of that engagement ended up being with the Prophet Muhammad.
Wait, so at 9 years old, someone can be physically and mentally mature enough to have sex with.
Well, it depends, because you're talking about 1400 years ago, but even today, nowadays, you have people that hit puberty from 9 to 12 years old.
Brother,
yes.
do you think once a woman hits puberty, you can have sex with them? Yeah,
the Bible tells me in Ezekiel 16.
So if a woman hit puberty at 6, you could have sex with them.
No, that nobody hits puberty at 6. That's a dumb question.
Are you sure? You ever heard of precocious puberty?
Does the Bible?
That's not
say
true. Wait, that's not true. Wait, that's not. You just said something false. That's not true. You said women don't hit puberty at 6.
You're falling into the fallacy of presentism, because you're comparing the 1400 years ago today to nowadays.
Do you think precocious puberty just started modernly?
You see how you can't let me finish speaking? I'm answering you and I'm being respectful, but you can't let me
go ahead. Finish about presentism, and I'll show you how you're wrong.
Yeah, absolutely. So besides the fact that you're comparing nowadays, when you're sitting on your couch watching TV all day long, to back then 6th century Arabia, where it was war-torn, constant battles between tribes, where the average lifespan, not in the world, but in that area, was about 40 to 50 years old, right? The fact that you're not even taking that to account shows how, amazingly smart you are. Second of all, right, we know from multiple studies that environmental factors can contribute to, the time somebody hits puberty. And I'm telling you, which I don't know why you're ignoring, that in Ezekiel 16, we have a clear example of the children of Israel as a whole being represented as a girl, and God being the person who, quote unquote, marries this girl as soon as he sees her bosoms develop and stuff like that. If you don't know your Bible, you can bring it up for everybody to see. But according to Ezekiel 16, yes, you can marry a lady or a woman after she has puberty.
Great. Is precocious puberty something that's only modern, or did it also exist in the old days as well?
I never said it couldn't exist back then, but I'm talking about
asking you, did it?
What?
I'm asking you, did it historically?
I just said I don't deny that it could have happened back
then. So I'm not
too,
following into presentism when I mentioned precocious puberty. So again, if someone hits precocious puberty,
falling into
great. So if someone hits precocious puberty at 6, can you have sex with them?
No, because you have to, because like I said, the fact that you're giving me an age already says enough. We don't give an age. We give attributes that need to have. And clearly, for some reason, you know this, but you're still doing it, because ever since Libiano begged you hate Islam even more for some reason, right? But you already know whether you hit puberty or not. At the age of 6, obviously having intercourse with a 6-year-old will give them physical and mental harm, regardless of the fact that they hit puberty. I never told you that hitting puberty
was the difference. What's the big difference between 6 and... Dude, because you're just going on tangents, bro.
No,
what's the difference between 6 and 9?
I've actually been exactly on topic, my bro.
No, what's the difference between... what's the big difference between 6 and 9?
I'm trying to ask you. I'm trying to answer you, right? But you keep interrupting me.
Bro, just tell me what the difference is between 6 and 9.
Listen, bro, listen. I never told you that puberty is the only factor that goes in to being able to consummate a marriage, right? And that's what I'm gonna say, because you're over here talking about perverted shit, like, oh, he just wanted to have intercourse with kids, like that's the stupidest thing I ever heard, right? But besides that fact, right, that idiocracy that you're showing, I've never told you that puberty was the only factor that goes into determining whether someone is ready for consummation of marriage, right? I never said that. So you're you're literally putting
Great.
that
So
in
you
my
okay? So
mouth.
you're not answering the
So
question, bro. So I'll ask
I
again.
told
What's
you,
the difference
and
between 6 and
second,
no, not 1 second. You're
bro,
not answering the question, dude.
bro.
Stop going on
I
tangents.
answered your
What
question.
is
Why are
the
you getting so
difference?
mad?
You didn't. I asked you, what is the big difference between someone being 6 and hitting puberty and 9?
Yeah, so like I answered you, right? Not only puberty, but the fact that the environmental factors that they go through in the area that they're growing up in, they can contribute to them growing up larger. So 3 years, whether you like to believe it or not, larger faster. So 3 years, whether you like to believe it or not, is actually an adequate amount of time for a person to grow up and develop, especially when we're talking about ages from 6 years old to 9 years old. You can easily look up research where 6-year-olds in school compared to what the 9-year-olds in school learn. It's stuff that's a lot more, advanced for that time. But you can keep making these faces.
Brother, you're advocating for sleeping with 9-year-olds. I don't know how this is insane.
You see how you're putting words in my mouth, because nobody said we're I'm advocating for sleeping with 9-year-olds or whatever. What I told you was that there's people back then that hit puberty at different ages, especially due to environmental factors like being in a war-torn society, right, and stuff like that. But you're ignoring it, and you're saying that, hey, you're just arguing so you can sleep with a 9-year-old. I told you we don't give an age. We have qualifications that include the age they hit puberty, whether they're mentally or physically mature enough. And I asked you if Aisha was mentally and physically mature enough at the age of 9 when it was consummated in that time in 6th century Arabia, where it was a war-torn country. What's up, doctor?
How do you determine she was? How do you determine she was mentally mature?
Yeah, I'll get back to you in a second. 1 second, I'm dropping off. No, that's okay, because my phone's going crazy right here.
Chat, this is crazy. Chat, this is insane. We're literally arguing right now with Muslims at whether or not sleeping with a child is okay. This is what we're doing. This is what we're doing now. Guys, you see, man, between 6 and 9 years old, they're so advanced at 9-year-old. That brother, what? We're still waiting on him to get back, but yeah, this is insane. I'll go ahead and read some super chats while we wait. Bro, with a $10 super chat, my debate topic: what if Momo has doubts about what was revealed and about the crucifixion? If you went to anyone, they would tell him Jesus was unalived on the cross. Exactly. Kyle Logic with a $10 super chat. This is Islam. This is Islam, guys. We're waiting on him to get back right now to hear what his answer is, but this is Islam, guys. Very much so. I mean, guys, this is crazy. Walking MMA, I did read your super chat, bro. Did you not see it? I did read it. Or Walking Mana, I did read it. Go back in the live. I read it, bro. Man, this is something, guys. This
okay,
is
I'm
something. Back. All right. So, do you remember my question?
You had a question, I heard?
Yeah. So, my question is, how do you determine that she was mentally mature at that time?
Yeah, absolutely. One, because she was already engaged and her parents already had her engaged to somebody before the Prophet Muhammad. And she was, and like I said, when we're comparing nowadays to 6th century Arabia, nothing to do with puberty. I'm talking about environmental factors, meaning them having to grow up earlier, right? Not just because of the heat and the environment around them, but because of the responsibilities they would have to attain. Just like you guys say, and I agree with you, how could Rebecca have been 3? She was carrying around water jugs. She was doing this and that, which clearly, I already know you know about.
Jugs?
Whatever the argument was that you guys argued that she wasn't 3, right? My whole point is that people in 6th century Arabia, especially the women, had a bigger responsibility to take on. And we know because we have hadith that are attested by multiple sources, which, that are, even our weakest ones are stronger than your gospels, might I add, for a point. Right. So the fact that we have a hadith of her narrations and she was narrating things at the time, she was teaching the things that the prophet was teaching her to other people. Right. And the fact that I told you to bring me a source of the Prophet Muhammad being perverted or something, because she had many chances. From the way you're putting it, you're saying that she was SA'd. That's how you're putting it. But she had many chances after his death to either remarry or talk about what happened or complain or say, hey, yeah, this man was disgusting. He did this and this. But she didn't. She continued to talk well about him.
She was groomed.
She spread his. You want to talk about grooming? Okay,
because she was groomed.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you're not showing me how how do you prove she was mentally mature?
So I literally just told you that you want to say she was groomed, whatever, but we have a hadith when she was as young as 9 years old, narrating to other people what the prophet was teaching her, not about disgusting stuff. It
That
was
dude.
about stuff with the
Okay, that
religion.
I can grant
So,
that. Listen, I can
okay,
grant
good.
that.
You
I'm
granted it.
saying,
Allow
what
me
does
to
that
finish
have to do with
speaking.
it? Just because you
Allow me
can
to finish
repeat, dude,
speaking.
but just because someone repeated to you something that they taught you doesn't make you mentally mature.
Yeah, great. So clearly, I know I would have to break it down a little bit more for you because your brain can't handle this
You're
type
dang
of
right, my
simple
brain can't
logic.
handle child
Yeah,
P3-ism. Yeah,
yeah.
you're right.
So you see how you keep calling her a child, but we already attested that she was mentally and physically
You
mature at
haven't
this
yet though.
time.
So your argument is that
No.
because
I have, but you don't
okay, so
understand.
let me
So
get this
that's what I'm
straight. So
trying to
your
tell you.
argument
So
as
let
to
me tell you.
no, let
Let
me
me
repeat your
tell you,
argument to make sure I'm right.
You're
I want to make sure
panicking
I'm.
as soon as I brought up Solomon.
This is
Just chill.
insane. I'm trying to make sure that I'm actually correct.
If you
I'm
don't
actually
like my
correct in what I'm
answer, then you
saying.
can critique it after I'm
I'm
done.
trying to make sure I
But
have your answer right. Please get it through your head. Are you saying she was mentally mature because she repeated the teachings that Muhammad taught?
no, so you see, that's why I said to let me finish speaking because I need
Great.
to
Keep
break it
going.
down for you more apparently because you have no simple logic. What I'm trying to tell you is because we have these ahadith, we can see that are attested by multiple people again that what she was doing and what she was teaching other people, she was showing clear understanding and clear decision making skills at that age. She was a woman. Her father, Abu Bakr, also gave us a hadith about the things she used to do. She used to go from here and there, not just with the prophet, but on her own. When she's telling people, "Hey, what this is haram. You're not supposed to be doing this," and she was showing a sound understanding of her surroundings. So that's the mentally mature part, and the physically mature part comes with this. Because when the prophet first did the marriage contract, it was at 6 years old. If you want to claim he's a pervert, your pervert minded self, right? Which he wasn't, then why would he wait 3 years until a supposed physical maturity? It's because he waited an adequate amount of time until she was ready. And that's why I brought up a verse that you still haven't answered. In Ezekiel 16, we have a clear example of a girl getting married to aka God in that parable or example, that the girl was fresh out of puberty at a young age, and then she got married and dressed with gold, and then she started doing stuff with the guy.
Oh, how old?
Okay,
How old is she?
so
And let's talk about it. You said I keep running from Ezekiel. How old was she in Ezekiel?
yeah, you see, I never gave you a name. I said that the Bible says as soon as I saw you hit puberty, as soon as they saw this things develop, that's when he went to marry her. Go read the
Which
verse.
verse? Yeah,
Read
which
it out
verse?
loud
Let's
for
go to it. Which
everybody.
verse? Yeah, which verse? Let's go to it.
I'll tell you right now, my boy.
All right.
Ezekiel 16, 1-14. It's the whole example of them seeing
Which
of
verse?
him.
Which verse does he say? As soon as you hit puberty,
Brother,
we did
I
this.
just gave you the verses. You see how you have no simple logic?
Brother.
You can't go find it real quick. It's 14 verses. They're not
I'm
that
asking
long.
which verse in particular is the one that says it.
What I'm talking about. Go look for the part is gonna be there in between 1-14. I can't give you the specific right now. It's gonna tell you, and
Why
you're gonna.
can't you?
What's so funny about? Because I'm not in front of a computer like you, my friend. I don't have my files all sorted out. With underage girls in the Bible and numbers in Deuteronomy. I don't have it all in front of me. If I did, you would have been.
Okay, well, guys, we'll read verse 1-14. You let me know. Stop me when you figure out the verse where it says, as soon as you hit puberty, we did it. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Again, the word of the Lord came to me saying, Son of man, cause Jerusalem to know her abominations. And say, thus says the Lord God of Jerusalem, your birth and your nativity are from the land of Canaan. Your father was an Amorite and your mother was a Hittite. As for your nativity, on the day you were born, your navel cord was not cut, nor were you washed in your water to cleanse you. You were not rubbed with salt, nor wrapped with
Okay, hold on,
clothes.
right there, wait. So right now, what are they telling us? They're showing us about the birth, right? And they're explaining the birth, right? Keep going.
This is talking about Jerusalem.
Bro, I know. I'm not saying it's not. Bro, you see how you don't listen when I said these verses are talking about Jerusalem as a whole being expressed as a girl. Keep reading,
So let me know. Okay, so we're gonna keep reading. I want you to stop. Dude. I want you to stop me at the verse where it actually talks about a actual woman here.
Keep going,
dude. Listen, because you stopped me when I didn't need to be stopped. Stop me when you find an actual girl, not Jerusalem, an actual girl that hit puberty.
Pause right there real quick before you start reading. So what I told you was, and your dishonest Christians will tell you in the comments too, that I already told you in these verses you have the children of Israel being talked about as a girl. Why the hell is it? Listen,
Is it
listen.
Israel or the? Where is it talking about only the
Listen,
children? No,
bro, bro, bro.
Wait, no. Where is it
I didn't
talking
think
about
you
only
were
the
this low
children?
tier. I
No,
didn't think you were
where
this
is
low
it talking
tier.
about only the
But
children?
am I gonna answer? Am I gonna be able to answer?
I hope you can. I want to know
Am
where
I
is it
gonna be
talking
able to
about? Yes,
answer? Am I gonna be able to
as
answer?
long as you tell me
You
where it's
asked me a
speaking
question,
about the
right?
children.
You asked me a question, right?
Can you repeat my question so I make sure you know?
Yes, you asked me. Oh, where does it talk about an actual girl? That's what you're
No,
saying.
that's not. See, you're not listening. I
Oh
just
my
asked you. I
God.
said, tell me where, when it's talking about Jerusalem, that it's only speaking about the children.
What do you mean only speaking about? I'm talking about children of Israel, like those people. Bro. Let me make myself
Oh
clear real
my
quick because I
goodness.
don't think you're understanding. I told you that these verses are talking about Jerusalem, how you said as a whole, and it's being represented as a girl. As we know, because it said at your birth with the umbilical cord, which means it's comparing Jerusalem to a human birth right now, about the umbilical cord and everything. And what I told you was that these verses are showing us that when Jerusalem, as soon as Jerusalem hit an old enough age to be married, God, quote unquote, married her. So if it's not haram, right? If it's haram to marry after a girl hits puberty, why is God giving you an example of marrying Jerusalem right when they finish puberty?
So
And
let
why
me
is
so
they
let me get
using
this.
an
So
example
great.
of a girl?
So let me get this
Keep reading
straight.
the
So
verses.
great.
Keep
So
reading
let
the
me get that.
verses.
No, because you want to
Keep
stop me.
reading
So
the
let's talk
verses.
about it. Let me get this straight.
Oh, now you want to
So
divert, right?
divert. You're the one that stopped me. So let me get this straight.
To explain
So
more.
let me get this straight. So you're saying that this in the Bible, this isn't actually speaking about a child getting married to a man. It's giving a metaphor for the land of Israel. While your prophet actually married a child.
Is that your question?
Yes.
What I told you was that God uses a girl hitting puberty and then getting married right after puberty as an example, as a metaphor, like you said, talking about Israel. If it's not good to marry right after puberty, why is God giving us an example of Jerusalem getting married right after she hits puberty, being represented as a girl?
Because
No,
it's talking about the
I never
land.
told you that this is talking about an actual female girl. What I told you was God is using an example in your book of a girl reaching puberty and getting married at puberty, and he's using that to explain Jerusalem.
Great. Do you
So
have
I'm
any
telling
instance in
you,
the Bible
so
of
listen,
men
you haven't
actually
answered.
marrying women right after puberty? Do you have any instance of that? Hello? 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 All right. Take care, buddy. Take care, buddy. Y'all are disgusting, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Like, genuinely, y'all are disgusting. Brady, I know, Brady, bro. I know, bro. It's crazy. That's crazy, Eric. I know, bro. You see, 6-year-olds are learning their ABCs. That's too young. 9-year-olds, however, are just learning their times. That's just right, bro. I don't get it, guys. It's so crazy to me that they will truly defend this. Guys, listen. Between age 6 and age 9, there's clearly a big difference there. Big enough to where I'd have sex with it. Like, oh, what? Y'all are, bro. And then his proof is that he brings up, why did I run? Flooded. Yeah, you are genuinely slow in the head. How did I run? Because I waited for you for 2 minutes and you just sat there on mute. Talking about I ran, bro. These just are slow. Oh, I guess blurry. Why so dang blurry? Or my camera. Like, bro, it's just genuinely like disgusting. I'm not gonna lie. Like, y'all are so disgusting, bro. So disgusting. Oh, he said he's back. Maybe he can actually answer the question now.
Yo, I got a phone call, bro. It's my dispatch. I'm not over here just muting myself for no reason.
All right, so let me. I'm just curious about something. Wait, I'm just curious about something.
Right?
I'm just curious about something.
Yeah, go ahead.
If you went back and lived in 600 AD, and there was a woman that was identical to Aisha, pretty much in every way, almost identical, would you have sex with her?
I would follow the rules that Allah brought down through the Prophet, that she has to be of mental and physical maturity to marry her. So
That's why I asked you a question. If there was a 9-year-old that was
yeah,
very
I
similar,
just gave you my answer. I just gave you
I
my
just want a
answer.
yes or no. If there was a 9-year-old
Yeah,
that was,
I just gave you my
brother,
answer.
brother, I just want a simple yes or no, brother.
That's
That's
not
it,
a yes or no
brother. I just
question.
want to. It's not a yes or no question. I'm saying if there was someone that was identical to Aisha in 600 AD and you lived then, would you have sex with them?
Yeah, I don't know, because you're not giving me a specific enough hypothetical. You're not giving me
Specific.
an age.
I literally said identical to Aisha.
Okay, but you're what? So am I the same age as the Prophet? You see how dumb these?
I don't care what age you are. At whatever age you are, 18 plus.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. So whatever
18
age,
plus.
whatever age I am, right?
Yes,
Whatever
18.
age
Yes,
I am.
18 plus.
When I was 9 years old back
Wait,
then,
why not? At your age right now? Why not your age? Wait, would you do at your age right now?
Bro, you see how you keep changing the hypothetical?
No.
Don't deflect.
I'll make this hypothetical very clear. Wait, no. I want you to answer it. I want you to answer it.
Brother, you haven't even answered my question yet.
Dude, I want to make it clear. If you were at your age right now and you lived at the time of Muhammad and there was someone identical to Aisha, would you have sex with them?
Yeah, no, that's presentism. I don't know why you're asking.
I'm not asking. No, I'm asking if you were back then, would you?
No, that's presentism.
Why wouldn't you?
I never, bro. You see the hypothetical you're asking me is a loaded question.
It's a loaded question, bro. Get out of here. Yeah. Do y'all see how these people know, bro? Do y'all see how these people, like, in the back of their mind, like, they know it's disgusting and they're so scared to say yes? Guys, I swear what the Prophet did wasn't wrong. If you swear, listen, if you swear that what your Prophet did wasn't wrong, why won't you stand on that and say, I would do the same thing? I would do the same thing. Listen, if someone talks about something that Jesus did, if someone talks about something that Jesus did, like, would you do it? Bro, yeah, that's what? He's my role model. Would I do it? Heck yeah, that's my role model. But who asked, would you do the same thing Muhammad did? That's a loaded question. Flooded said, I'm scared. You dang right I'm scared of a pedophile, brother. You dang right. You dang right, brother. Ryan with a $10 super chat. How cowardly do you have to be to ask questions under the guise of curiosity instead of clearly arguing your case? An open call and stream and you come on only troll play games. Pathetic. I know, bro. Oh, I know. It's crazy, man. Teddy with a $5 super chat. Muslims are liars. Little girls mature faster today because the hormones are put in our food and livestock. Yeah, that would make sense to me. LA apologizes, bro. I know he is, dude. The point is, Sam coming up wouldn't work because he's on, the guy I was just arguing with is on TikTok. He's not going to be able to hear Sam. That's the issue. Gave it a $5 super chat. So if a P3DO thinks his target is mature enough, he's justified. Yeah. Yeah, it's subjective, guys. It's subjective. It's subjective, guys. A P3DO gonna go into court and say, listen, but she was physically and mentally mature, I would say. Whew. Cole's having a $5 super chat. Defending a PDF file who also got zooted by 30 dudes who wears women's clothing is nasty work. This man is from the pit like his fake prophet. Amen. LA apologist. Sam already knew, bro. I already texted him. Jonathan with a $50 super chat. Nick, Sam Shimon, and God Logic. Y'all lead the next crusades after hearing this. We need this. We need it. Amen. 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 Suko with a $2 super chat. It's crazy the son of Muta didn't read verse 8. Bro, like, he didn't even know this is an analogy, bro, about our metaphor. Like, this is insane. He didn't even know. Like, that is so insane. Walking Man on a $2 super chat. Appreciate that, man. God bless. Suko with a $5 super chat. This dumb Muta brain said he would be 9 years old to marry 9 years because he just condemned 53 years old. No, exactly, Suko. I'm glad you caught that point. It's funny. It's funny because when I asked him how old, like, he was like, I said, would you marry a 9-year-old back then? Isn't it funny how he said, well, it depends. It depends how old. Why does it depend? Wait, why would it depend how old you are to marry the 9-year-old back then? If she was of mature age, why would it depend? Right? Oh, it depends because in the back of your mind, you know that it's disgusting. Liner Judah, $15 super chat. Sunan Dawood, 3903. Aisha was fattened up with cucumbers and dates before being sent to Muhammad. Also mental and physical mature for a 9-year-old, a chubby kid that can color inside the lines. Listen, man, I'm not even mad at Aisha, bro. She was groomed. It's not even her fault. She was groomed, dude. Not even her fault, bro. Robert with the 50 something super chat. I don't know what that is. Not Epstein's reincarnation. Buddy, he's the OG. Buddy, he's the OG Epstein. What are we talking about? He's the OG. Come on, man.
Look. I'm Christian, but I was confused on why didn't he said that why did he wait 3 years? He waited 3 years because he couldn't handle the penetration.
Yeah, I don't know, brother. PK Agent $5 super chat. Struggling to send the super chat. LOL. Research what Momo taught about concubines. Do as a proto Epstein. Ain't that right, brother? Ain't that right, PK? Ain't that right, PK? Hey, if anyone in the request wants to come up and defend their prophet, just so I know, I got a lot of people in the request. If anybody wants to come up and continue the conversation and show they can actually defend it, let me know in the request, and I'll bring you up. Okay, this guy says that he can. He wants to defend it. All right, hello.
Okay. So you've talked to him and asked him. You said that you make it up, like when she's puberty, like when body and mind is fully developed. But in your own tradition, would you marry a 12-year-old if she's mentally, physically mature?
I don't really even think 12 is going to be enough to be physically and mentally mature.
Okay, I can show you that your church fathers also said it.
Which church father?
No church father directly, but your church said it.
Oh, my church said it. Okay, sure. Show me my church said it.
Yes, I can.
Okay, show me. Where?
They make me big.
Hey, just tell me the source.
I have it here right now. You can make me big.
Can you just tell me the source you're reading off of?
This is from right here. Here, this is from Philip Schaff. You find him on CCL.org. Here.
I know who
And
Philip
it's
Schaff is. Yes, I'm asking what's the source
Yes,
though. Philip
he
Schaff
says
is the
on his-
person who writes it. What's the source? What's the writing
Yes, and
on?
he says this in the book of religious knowledge on volume 1, page 232. He quotes the Church of Roman Catholic and says,
Wow,
that a
Roman Catholic.
marriage-
I'm not Catholic. What does that have to do with me, dude? So what do you mean your church? I'm not Catholic.
Okay, I show you that Justin, the Byzantine Kaiser on the 7th century, said that you can marry a 12-year-old concubine. I show you.
The Orthodox Church saying you can marry a concubine? What are you
No,
talking
Justin,
about, bro?
he's an Orthodox.
What?
Do you know who Justin the First is?
Brother, I don't know.
Justin.
Christian? What?
Justin the Kaiser the First. He went against Origen.
I don't know.
You know
I'm
him.
having a hard time
was an
understanding what you're
empire.
saying, bro.
Bro, you know what I'm saying? Thomas
I
Aquinas
literally
said that.
don't. What does Thomas Aquinas have to do with me, dude?
Okay,
All right, bro. This
I-
guy's slow, bro. This guy's literally slow as frick. He then mentions Thomas Aquinas when I say I'm not Catholic. Okay, that guy's slow. I'm not like. Brady would turn on super chat. Bro said they would watch the little girl's growth and determine when the time is right. So they groomed. Literally, so they groomed. Is that not grooming? I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait till I start see her grow maturity. Walking Man would tell super chat. Andrew Tate is the new Islamic prophet, bro. Hey, folks were saying if Epstein went and he lived at the time of a certain religion, he'd be their prophet. B with a $2 super chat just for Aisha. Half brain Muslims accepting this. I know. It's so sad, man. It's so sad. It's very sad, you know? Hopefully someone can defend this. Hello?
Yo, I'm up your way. So do you condemn the catechism though? Does the Catholic Church promote, CM?
Well, I'm not a Catholic, so I think that all Catholics should be
But
Orthodox
can you
anyway.
concede that they allow underage marriage though?
I don't know. They could, they couldn't. I'm not a Catholic, so that's irrelevant.
Why did you avoid the source though?
Because I'm not a Catholic. Do you have anything against my sources?
So if okay, never mind. You know what? Yeah, we could just appeal to the Bible. So why does your God allow you to harm children?
God allows anyone to harm children?
Yep.
Where?
I mean, in what form? Like pertaining to grape or unaliving? Like it can be.
Either. Show me where it says you can grape a child in the Bible. Show me.
Well, you're gonna go. Okay, go to Numbers 31.
Numbers 31. Oh my God. Okay, great. Numbers 31. What verse would you like to go to?
we can go to 17 to 18, and then we can appeal to any rabbinical commentary, Talmud. We can appeal to many sources prior to Jesus being born. Then we can also appeal to those, and they can see that this is referring to children being,
Okay, sure. Show me your
captured
sources
as
for that.
concubines.
Okay, show me then. Show me where it's talking about it being kids that are concubines. Show me.
Yeah. So what does it mean to keep for yourself in that verse?
Yeah, it means that you're keeping them alive, so they're gonna continue to live and be a part of your community.
So I want you to understand, right? Whenever the term you use here is going to be keep for yourself, it's always referring to sexual capturing.
Okay, show me another time it's
concubinage.
used. It's always used for that. Show me another time it's used for that.
I got you. So can you? Okay, I got you. I got you. I got you, gang. Either way, are you still okay with your God? A lot of people to like unalive babies.
I mean, your goalpost shifting. How about you actually just show me other verses where
I'll provide it, but can you see that your God allows you to harm children?
I don't know why you're
bro.
trying to run from your claim. Stop going from another claim. If you want to talk
provide
about
it,
that
but
after you show your claim, we can absolutely talk about that false claim as well.
It's false that your God doesn't allow you to unalive kids.
Yeah, I'm not allowed to unalive kids. No.
So what did your God command it though?
Dear God, can you just find a verse, bro? Stop running from it.
Okay,
Show
I'll
me.
give
You
you
said
the
it's in
reference, okay?
every other place it's used that way. Show me the other references.
I got you, man. I got you.
Or keep for yourselves means concubine. I'll wait.
All right. Don't kick me down though, okay?
I'm waiting. I'm sitting here waiting. We're all sitting here waiting.
Okay, good. All right.
We'll sit here and wait for him, guys. We'll sit here and wait. This is what they have to do. They have to lie because they don't actually know anything. They have to lie on these things. He would never come back. Oh, we know. Oh, we know. We know. We know, guys. We'll wait. It's all right, though. The reason I want to wait and I want to let this happen is to show everybody that Muslims just make stuff up, and he's not actually going to find it. That's all I'm going to show you guys, man. That's it, man. That's it, man. I swear ChatGPT should be banned, giving this guy false confidence. Oh, Lord have mercy, man. Lord have mercy, man. ChatGPT is not loading. Where did he go? He's still looking for it. He's still up. He's just looking for us, though. Sorry, we're patient over here, man. You should get elevator music playing. Wait, I have something better. I have something better. Hold on.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I can't find that source.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but I had like a PDF for it though.
Yeah,
What's
cool.
going on? I can't find it.
Yeah. Who would have guessed? Who would have guessed, guys? Wow. Who would have guessed? He didn't find the source. Without lies, Islam dies. Say it with me, guys. Without lies. Say it with me, guys. Say it with me, guys. Man, this is what happens, man. This is what happens. They lie. Oh, I know in this verse is talking about this because it says this in every other instance. Oh, but you can't show me one. Oh. Aw. Isn't that sad? Aw. Aw. Isn't that sad?
You.
Come on, we
Well,
can do it together.
How many natures does your God have?
Who is your reference when you say God? Are you referring to the Father, Son, Holy Spirit?
You're God, bro. How many natures does he have?
My God is 3 persons. Which person are you referring to?
So which God took on 2 natures?
What do you mean, which God? There's only one God. I'm asking you, which person are you speaking about?
So which person took on 2 natures?
The Son.
So when he died on the cross, which nature died for your sins?
Natures don't die, persons do.
So God did die for your sins?
Yes. Death is just separation of spirit and flesh. God took on flesh and separated from the flesh. That's all that means.
But you said natures don't die though, so God did die for your sins.
Yes, God is also a person. God is not just a nature, dude.
So God is a person and a nature.
Yes.
And he took on another nature.
Yes.
So 3 natures died.
Where do you get 3 from? Where's the third come from? Can we seriously not even count? Where do we get the third from? Oh my gosh, y'all. He left. Oh my gosh, y'all are so dumb, bro. Oh my goodness. Whew. Oh Lord, have mercy, man. Insane. Hello?
Hello? What's up?
What's going on?
So yeah, I don't like what's the reason to be Christian?
I'm just asking why you aren't.
Yeah, because I don't see any like sufficient reason to be Christian.
What sufficient reason do you have to be Muslim that Christianity doesn't have?
I mean, that's not the topic, is it? I'm asking like what's the sufficient reason to be Christian?
The sufficient reason to be Christian over Muslim is that there is going to be more evidence for Christianity, and it actually lines up historically while Muhammad is in not in continuity with the previous prophets.
So historical evidence?
That's one thing I mentioned. That's not
Sure.
everything.
Well, okay, well again, that's not sufficient. Most of your dogmatic beliefs aren't supported by history.
Okay, so if you're gonna say that it's not, wait, which dogmatic beliefs aren't supported by history?
Like Noah existing, the ark, the flood, Adam and Eve being the first humans, the miracles of Jesus, the resurrection of Jesus.
Okay,
the
let's talk about the flood of Noah. How is that not? Because I can give you multiple people that attest to it. How is that not? What in history contradicts that?
I said it's not supported by history, like archaeological findings, and
Sure, sure. If it's not
yeah.
supported, I mean, it is though, because we have historical texts that talk about it. So what's your method of historicity as to how do you determine if something's historical?
Like the historical method.
Okay, and the historical method uses historical documentation, right?
Yeah, it has to be sufficient as evidence, though, right?
Okay, so how do we determine whether or not a historical document is sufficient?
Sure. So using the criteria, like some of the criteria would be like who wrote this, theological motivation, when they wrote it, why they wrote it. For example, the Ark or the flood of Noah would have been written thousands of years after the event in the Bible, correct? In the Old Testament. So because it would have been written thousands of years after, claiming exact like preservation of details, everything that happened, historically it would not be taken as true. Also, there's no archaeological evidence of the flood of the Ark.
Oh, so you would.
Specifically.
Oh, interesting. So like you wouldn't trust like anything the Quran says about Jesus, right? Since it was
No,
written like hundreds of years after Jesus.
No, you're misunderstanding. So specific. Oh, hold on. The Gospels aren't taken as historically reliable either. But regardless, that's another thing. So yeah. So I'm not saying don't believe in something if it's not supported by history. But I'm saying if this is one of your evidences to prove that Christianity is, or yeah, to prove that Christianity is
Yes,
the true
there's
religion.
multiple things. There's one. That's
Okay. What
one.
else? What else?
Also, the fact that it would be over Islam is because of the fact
I
that
didn't say over Islam. I didn't say over Islam.
well, the question is why aren't you Christian, right? As a Muslim, okay? Why are you Muslim instead of a Christian? Okay, this is basic. I don't know why y'all so scared to defend your religion. The reason why is because one reason why Christianity would be a better religion than Islam is because in our religion all prophets have proper continuity. In Islam, they do not.
I mean, Jews would beg to differ. Like what?
Sure, Jews would beg to differ. Can you actually give me evidence of anyone that doesn't have proper continuity in Christianity?
I mean, I would say that Jesus falsely applies like fulfilling prophecies to himself when he
Sure,
doesn't.
which one?
Like Daniel 7.
Okay, where does he
And
apply Daniel 7 to himself?
He calls himself the Son of Man that's portrayed in Daniel 7, but he doesn't fulfill the criteria of the prophecy.
Where does he say that he's the Son of Man in Daniel 7?
Well, he claims to be the Son of Man who's going to come with the clouds of heaven, which is portrayed in Daniel 7.
Brother, is that the only place the Son of Man is portrayed as?
No, the Son of Man in Daniel 7 is portrayed as coming with the clouds of heaven.
And who's the Son of Man in Daniel 7?
Who's the Son of Man?
Yeah, in Daniel 7.
Jesus doesn't fulfill the prophecy, so it's not Jesus.
Who is it?
Why would I have to? It's not Jesus. That's it.
Okay, what thing does he not fulfill about Daniel 7?
Yeah, he doesn't destroy the fourth kingdom after 395 AD like the prophecy says.
Jesus doesn't destroy the fourth kingdom?
No, the Roman Empire. He doesn't destroy the Roman Empire.
Okay, where does it say where does it say that the Son of Man specifically is destroying the fourth kingdom?
It says that the Son of Man is part of the fifth kingdom that destroys the
Okay,
fourth
where is it?
kingdom.
Great, he's
Yeah, so
part of the kingdom, not that he
yeah,
himself is the
exactly.
one to destroy it, right?
Okay, sure, exactly. So his kingdom, Christianity, does not fulfill the prophecy because it does not destroy Rome in the way that it
Yes, it
prophesies.
spiritually destroys Rome. Yes, it does.
Okay, sure. So when does it do this?
That when Christ comes and he destroys all the pagans with his
So
doctrine of
it's a future
resurrection of the
event?
dead.
Wait, oh, it already happened?
That what already happened?
Like, are you saying this destruction already happened, or it's a
It already
future event?
happened. It's still occurring to happen because the pagans are still there. So he
Sure,
did
yeah. So
destroy it, and he's going to continue to destroy it.
yeah.
So it's a
again,
dual fulfillment prophecy.
sure. So the prophecy states that the fourth kingdom, Rome, will be destroyed after it's divided. Now, it only applies being divided to the fourth kingdom, Rome, meaning that Rome is uniquely divided in comparison to the other three kingdoms, correct?
Yep.
Okay, so it has to be a unique division. Now, historically, all of the three previous kingdoms had divisions. Like, for example, the ancient Greek had the Diadochi, Media and Persia were separated or divided geographically. So the only unique way in which the Roman Empire was divided in comparison to the three other kingdoms was it had its formal split between the Roman and Eastern Empire of Rome.
Oh, when was that?
When was that? 395 AD. Now, the prophecy states that the
That
destruction
wasn't
has
the
to be
only.
after
Do you think
the
that was
split.
the only that it was the only split, or
No,
that they weren't split before that?
The only unique split. Only unique split.
How do you define if something's unique or not?
Like one of a kind. Something being one of a kind, sure.
So how is that one of a kind?
Because it's unique in comparison to the other three kingdoms.
I'm asking, how is it one of a kind though?
So one of a kind.
One of a kind means the only one to do this. So what happened there that happened in no other kingdom?
Between like the formal Eastern and Western like Roman Empire.
Yeah, for example, you said it's one of a kind, meaning it hasn't happened
exactly
before.
Yeah, so for example, it had like universal citizenship between the Eastern and Western kingdom, two divided militaries, but under one like formal. Like for example, between the Diadochi, which was the split of ancient Greece. If you were in one of the four kingdoms, you didn't have universal citizenship for the other three kingdoms.
Okay,
right?
What were the two different generals, for instance, then in the East and West?
I don't remember off the top of my head.
Okay,
I mean, I'm sure they had multiple.
Well, it's fine. Just who were the leaders then of each that were distinct from each other? Here, just in general.
I'm sure they had
multiple. Do you have any?
No, I'm on my phone. I don't have any of them, like anything on me right now.
Do you have any evidence that they had like actual different like war groups themselves, or
like divided
armies, different militaries? Yes.
Do you want me to get on my computer real quick?
Yeah, I just want to see the evidence. Yeah.
Sure, I got you.
I just want to know who were the different leaders of these different militaries.
I got you. I'm just turning my computer on. I mean, you have a computer next to you. You could really just search it up. It wouldn't take.
Sure. What do you mean search up?
Just search up who were the what's it called? The leaders of the separate militaries in the Roman Empire, the split Roman Empire.
Who were the leaders of the military of the split Roman Empire?
What does it say?
First thing that comes up is history.com. 11 Roman empires who helped mold the world. The Western Roman empires by history help. I don't see who was different. The different leaders of different militaries.
All right, I got you. Yeah, so the armies were led by two senior. Let me just get like a more verified source. Study.com, is that like a fine source for you, or?
I mean, study.com has just random people writing on it. You know, like a study.com is, right? Like it has like open forums.
Okay, sure. Then I can give you. Like, is Wikipedia fine? Wikipedia is not like.
Seriously, how we do Wikipedia for real?
Yeah, Wikipedia is a good source for information.
Wikipedia is a good source. This makes sense why you believe this then. If you think Wikipedia is a good source.
Sir, we don't need to get into condescending remarks. Like we're having a
No,
good
I'm dead
conversation.
serious. I like if you like Wikipedia is not. I'm trying to
It
help you.
doesn't.
Wikipedia is not a good source. Like that's insane.
Why? Okay, why is it not a good source?
You realize anybody can get on there and edit something?
You can no, that's not true.
Oh, it's
No.
not true. Okay, bet.
Yeah.
Guys, watch this. Wait, no, real fast. No, I just want you to. I want to look at something on Wikipedia real fast. Hold on. I literally just want to look at something on Wikipedia here. That's it. Let me go here. All right. Perfect. Okay, great. I'm going to share my screen now. All right. So Wikipedia here.
Yeah.
It says there was never a split of this empire.
Of what empire? Ancient Rome?
Ancient Rome. Yes, it's talking about the empire. The military of ancient Rome. There was never a split of the empire.
Oh, you just changed it?
Oh, but I thought you couldn't change it.
How did you use inspect element or like, what did
Oh,
you
but I
use?
thought you couldn't change Wikipedia.
Yeah, but it doesn't change for everyone. You just use inspect
Oh,
element.
yes, it
Like, you can-
does. No, it changes for everyone.
So if I go on there right
Yes,
now,
go
it'll
on
say-
there right now, buddy. You don't know how. This is what I'm saying.
Okay,
Y'all don't
what's the
even know how.
link? Sure, what's the link? Like, what is the
Look
the
up
title of that?
military of ancient Rome, Wikipedia. It'll be the same way for you.
Alright.
It's in the first sentence or the second sentence.
The military of ancient Rome was one of the.
Oh, it's there for you, isn't it?
No, I don't see it at all.
Yes, it is.
The army was the most important institution in the Roman Empire. According to the Roman historian Livy, the military is a key element. I'm not seeing any of that.
Do I need to go on my phone and show you that it's there as well?
Sure, if you'd like, yeah.
Okay, Wikipedia. All right. Let's see. It's military of ancient Rome. And it is page 1. All right, cool. Okay, cool. Here we go. So we have here, I'm going to show you guys. Hopefully y'all can see. I don't know if y'all be able to. I'm going to try to get up close to the camera. Maybe I have to go far away. I don't know how that's going to work. Frick. Hopefully it works. It might not even work. JK, guys, my phone's too bright. It's not going to work. But
Yeah, so
But yes, indeed, you can edit Wikipedia. So
I'm on it right now. I'm not seeing what you changed. And
you're gonna have to
specifically in
refresh, or you're gonna
Wikipedia,
have to either refresh or wait 5 minutes for your internet.
My internet is fine, sir.
Well, I'm telling you, you're gonna have to either wait or go 5 minutes. But it publishes.
It takes 5 minutes.
It can, yeah.
Okay.
Because again, for here, even if we refresh it, it's still here.
I don't see
But
it.
you said you don't see it.
No, can you highlight it? I actually don't see it. Okay, and you can refresh it?
Yeah, I just did.
Can you? I didn't see it. Where did it go?
Oh, and someone actually screenshotted what they said for me.
Yeah, where did it go? I don't see it here.
Yeah, it goes back after like the people finally say, "Hey, it's something messed
Okay,
up.
so
Someone is
then you
doing
can't-
something bad."
So you just agreed that when you changed it and you refresh the page, it disappeared. It's
Yes,
not there
depending
anymore.
on depending on who does it, it can be changed back.
Okay, so then not anyone can change it for everyone. It has to be people like specifically
Brother,
allowed to.
no,
correct?
it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
But you just changed it, and after you refresh the page, then it disappeared.
Brother, you realize that it stays like that for like 5 minutes, right?
It didn't say. I'm on it right now. It says exactly what it
Do
said.
you
after
want me to
refresh
show
the
you? I
page.
can even show you like someone literally just sent me a screenshot on Discord of them and it says the same thing. Do I need to show
They
you
could
that
have
too?
inspected the element as well.
Oh my gosh, this is insane.
Yeah,
They
I
could have
just saw
inspected the
you
element as well.
refresh it, brother. I just saw you
This is
refresh it.
crazy. You said you can't edit Wikipedia. This is insane.
No, not any. You just changed it. And when you refresh
Do you
the page, what
understand that?
happened?
Yes. Do you understand why they would revert it back versus why they wouldn't?
What?
Do you understand why Wikipedia would revert it back versus to why they wouldn't? One reason is because of spelling mistakes or errors.
Okay, so then you agree that if there's errors within the information, then it gets changed.
Spelling
back,
wise,
correct?
yes. So if you have something, for instance, mine was one space off of the period, so it's obviously going to get edited back.
Okay, sure. So we.
So this is my point. You don't like you don't even know like how to find a source.
I'm just trying to move.
Insane.
I'm just trying to move from like we've strayed so far. So again.
So can you actually show me a source now?
Yeah, for the Western. Yeah, I just gave you Wikipedia, but if you won't take Wikipedia, then specifically.
Yes, you're not supposed to take Wikipedia. You don't even know who the frick wrote that. Like, bro, what are we talking about? Who wrote that? Who wrote that Wikipedia source? Who wrote it?
Roman army units. Okay, Osprey. Oh, gotta buy that. I mean, you're asking me to prove that it was a unique split, correct?
I'm saying, how do you even know who wrote the Wikipedia source?
No, we're talking about in general when we're speaking of the Western and Eastern Roman Empire, the split of them, and why it is unique in comparison to the other three kingdoms. And I brought you that because they had
and you brought
divided
me yes, and you
militaries.
brought me Wikipedia as a source, and I'm asking you, do you even know who
Yeah,
wrote that?
so in order to prove that they were uniquely divided in comparison to the three previous kingdoms, correct?
Oh my god, dude, are you
So
serious?
if that's what I'm. What do you mean, dude? Like, come on.
Please,
you can interact with what
I
I'm
agree.
saying.
You brought me a source. Your
Okay.
source was Wikipedia, right?
No, is that what I just said? I said in order to prove to you that the Western and Eastern Roman Empire split was unique in comparison to ancient Greece, Babylon, and Medo-Persia. Correct? That's what I was trying to prove to you.
That yes, and one of the reasons you gave because of that was because that the military, there's two different militaries, and I asked for a source for that.
I gave you Wikipedia, but you won't take it. So
okay, who wrote the Wikipedia? Do you even know who wrote it?
Yeah, I'm saying, okay, you don't have to grant it. That's fine. I told you that it had universal citizenship. That's one.
Brother,
I know.
Okay. I'm asking
So if
you
you
why
know
you.
that
I'm
this
asking
makes
you
it
why you
unique-
brought a source that you don't know who wrote it. Why would you trust that source?
Brother, we can move on from the like.
All right, bro, take care. This is embarrassing. Y'all Muslims are embarrassing, bro. Like this is insane. This is insane. Like this is genuinely insane, bro. Like this is why Muslims take the Quran over the Bible because they don't know how to do basic research. It's genuine. He didn't even know you could edit Wikipedia, guys. Yeah, I'm gonna take Wikipedia as a source. I don't know who wrote the source though. I don't even know who wrote the source though. I'm just gonna take it because it's there and it fits my opinion, brother. This is crazy. The bro's next source was finna be Reddit. I'm telling you, I promise it was gonna be. Robert says, when will Ibn Muhammadin's files be released? Hopefully soon. Send us a ton of super chat. You can inspect Element on mobile without considerable effort. Yeah, the screenshot you got 100% will indicate that anyway too. Gotta love the cope. Here's 10 bones for your brain cells. Like, appreciate you, Ascendance. Yeah, that wasn't inspecting, guys. That wasn't. I'll show y'all exactly how to do it. Those who don't know, guys, this is all you have to do. If anyone wants to edit the site, this is all you have to do. Okay. Let me see if it'll actually, okay, this is all you have to do. You guys see this edit button right here? That's all you got to do, bro. Wikipedia is so easy to edit. Now, why, for instance, did it go back when I refreshed the page? Because you have things like spelling errors. I put it like 2 spaces away, and anytime there's spelling errors, they're going to automatically revert it back. Like, it's crazy. I'm telling you, like, Muslims don't actually do basic research. Like, I'm trying to tell you. It's crazy. I'm glad you all see this. It's genuinely crazy. Next. Hello?
Hello?
What's going on? Hello?
Yo, can you hear me?
Bro, I can't hear you. I don't know what's going on with your mic. Yeah, I don't know. You have to fix your mic and come back.
What's up, Nick?
Hey, what's going on?
All right. So why am I not a Christian? Because Christian worship a Jew. I don't believe in worshiping man. That's why I'm not a Christian.
Oh, so why did the Old Testament say that we must say that the Messiah is Yahweh?
I'm guessing you're referring to Isaiah 96.
No, I'm not. I'm referring to Zechariah 12.
Then yeah, this would be referring to agency.
Oh, can you show me any agents in the
That
Old
he comes in
Testament
the
called
name of
Yahweh?
Yahweh, but he's not Yahweh himself.
So why does it say that he shall be called Yahweh himself?
Give me the verse. Give me the verse, man.
Zechariah chapter 12, verse 10.
All right, pull it up, man.
And actually, Jeremiah will even be clearer, to be honest. In his days, Jeremiah 23, verse 6. In his days, Judah will be saved and Israel dwell safely. Now, this is the name by which he shall be called, Yahweh, our righteousness.
Are you sure that's referring to the Messiah?
Yes,
Does it
I'm
say
sure.
the anointed one? All right, give me the verse again.
Jeremiah chapter 23, verse 5 to 6.
Jeremiah chapter. Okay. Can you give me like 1 minute?
Yep, sure. Muslims using those Unitarian arguments now, guys. Agency. No, it's not. No, it's not. Can't be agency.
You said 6 to 9 or 9 to 6?
No, verse 5 to 6.
Okay, my bad.
It's okay. WTJ for joining the membership on YouTube, man. By the way, y'all, make sure if y'all are in the chat on YouTube, make sure y'all join the Discord, by the way. Link in bio. It's a good way to, like, if there's any alerts, things that are happening with the channel or anything. If I'm not going live one day, y'all be in there. Y'all will know. Make sure y'all join up that Discord, man. Yo, pause, servant. Hopefully he can ride me. Yo, pause. Oh, nah. Someone screenshot that. That's crazy. Yo. Dan with a feeling you get the membership. Dan, appreciate that, man. Appreciate that, bro. God bless you, brother. Nah, servant, you're cooked, bro. It's over for you. Your career's over with. I joined your Patreon 2 weeks ago. W carry. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Hey, we are trying to get one new person. One new person to join the Patreon per live. So if anyone want to join today, man, that would be that'd be
I'm
good.
gonna take your word for it, man.
I mean, you can see it's about the Messiah, bro. Like, but
yeah, I'll look into the topic, man. You gave me a good argument.
All right, bro. Well, I appreciate you having him, man. All right, he left. Didn't even could he say at least bye, bro? Dang. Could at least say bye, brother. Hello?
Well, how many natures die for your sins?
0.
So God did die for your sins.
God's not only in nature.
So what is he?
A God is a person with a nature.
Okay, so how did God die for your sins?
Because persons do actions, not natures.
Can God die?
Yeah, if you're referring to the person.
So God can die.
If you're referring to the fact of separating spirit from flesh, yes.
So God can die.
I don't know how many times I gotta answer the question.
GG's baked.
I think these people are subject to inbreeding with their parents or cousins or something. I don't know. How do you find a super chat? After the Gaza conflict started, widespread edits altered Wikipedia pages on Islamic and Western history, removing mentions of Islamic colonization. I'm not surprised. That's interesting, though. I'm not surprised. That's interesting. I'm not surprised. Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy, bro. Crazy how that works. Oh, good lord. These people got... The inbreeding stats may be too low, brother. The inbreeding stats are definitely probably up in the 80% now. I'm convinced. with the way these people think, I'm convinced. I'm convinced. Convinced. Cousin marriage exists in the Torah. Do you reject it? The difference between cousin marriage, between like people like Adam, like the first humans in existence, and today, is that the first humans didn't have issues within their bodies. It wouldn't have caused any issues. Cousin marriage today, because of the actual derivations within our blood, the derivations within our cells, cause issues. That's why you don't do it. If I sub to your Patreon, can I actually talk to you? Yeah, bro. You can talk to me anyways, but I mean, yeah, of course. That's how you like actually like, yeah, one-on-one calls. You good, bro. Subscribe to the right tier. You in there, brother. It's a bad look if you don't answer, Ezekiel. I mean, it's a bad look if you say you can marry a 9-year-old, but you did that. I already answered it too, by the way. It's literally talking about a metaphor. It's not talking about actual people. Like, it's just crazy. Do you submit to Rome? Heck no. I submit to Constantinople. Wikipedia is super biased, unreliable. It's maintained by... I mean, that's the thing, right? Wikipedia, you don't... Half the time, you don't know who wrote it. You don't know who wrote it. That's the thing. That's the thing. That's the issue. Best book to begin metaphysics? Rutledge Commentary is good. All right. My camera keep going so dang blurry. Hello?
What's going on?
Hey, what you got, man?
All right, man. So I have a few arguments, but I'm gonna start with just one. Do you believe the person of the Son possesses the divine essence?
Yes.
Is the essence eternal?
Yes.
Does it give eternal attributes?
Does it have eternal attributes? Yeah.
Does it give to the person eternal attributes?
I don't know what you mean by give. Like it inherently
provides.
has
It
them.
provides. Yeah, it provides. Yeah.
Yeah, it just means they have them. Yeah.
Okay. Good. So the person of the Son has to act all-knowing all the time. Correct?
I don't know what you mean by act all-knowing. All-knowing isn't an action. What are you even saying?
What?
All-knowing isn't an action.
So when a person expresses full knowledge, it's not an action?
If you express it, yes, that's
yes.
Being
Okay.
all-knowing isn't an action. He doesn't
Okay.
have to eternally express that he's all-knowing.
Sure. He doesn't have to act. He doesn't have to actualize all the time. Correct?
There's no actualizing expression. No.
Good. So and he cannot, because it's an eternal attribute, because the person who possesses the essence eternally is all-knowing. A second nature cannot override that eternal attribute. Correct?
I don't know what you mean by override. Do you mean on a greater stance, or what do you mean by override?
Which means now that the person of the Son, which is eternally all-knowing, cannot act not all-knowing. Correct?
Yeah, he could still do that. He took on a nature that was human, and he's acting in virtue of the human nature.
Good. That's a contradiction, and here is the problem. Because you're granting me that the person who possesses the essence has to be eternally, and you know what eternal means? He has to always, all the time, all-knowing. He's always eternal. So if another nature comes along,
his essence, yes, in virtue of the divine essence, yes.
Okay, no, but the essence has an impact on the behavior of the person, regardless. Because once you possess the essence, the person now is bound.
That's not how theangelic acts of operation work.
So tell me he's not eternally all-knowing. The person is not eternally all-knowing. Just say it.
I believe he is eternally all-knowing in virtue of his divine essence. That means that any action that's done in virtue of the divine essence is going to have all knowledge.
Yeah, and the person always possesses the essence, correct?
Yes, that doesn't mean he always acts in virtue of the essence.
Yeah, but the essence provides eternal attribute It's given to the person eternally now.
Yes, but actions can be done in virtue of the divine or in virtue of the human essence.
Not when something gives you eternal attributes.
Yes, even when something gives you eternal attributes, you can still act within that essence or within a different essence.
No problem. No problem. I don't see your argument. But anyways, I have one question. In John 16:23, Jesus says, "Do not pray to me."
All right, I'll go to it. John 16:23. Because I'm literally certain it does not say what you're saying. You're straw manning it. This is going to be crazy.
It's implying.
And in that day you will ask me nothing. Most assuredly I say to you, whatever you ask in the Father in my name, I will give you. Oh dear God, that's what you're referring to? Tell me you joking, bro. Please tell me you joking.
Wallahi al-Azim, I am actually being serious.
What do you think the context of this is?
No problem. You want me to give you the context?
That's what I asked.
Okay. I was going to ask you to give me the context, but no problem. Jesus is about to leave his disciples. He's going to be no longer physically available to the disciples. Therefore, he's telling them, on that day when I'm gone, you will no longer ask me anything. But don't worry, the Father in heaven, you can ask him at any time, of course, in my name, and he will give it to you. So here's the question.
No,
why isn't
he says
Jesus...
It's talking about when he's going to see him, when they're going to see him again. It's talking about the second coming.
Okay.
This is why he says in verse 22, therefore now you have sorrow, but when I see you again, in your heart will rejoice, and your joy, no one will take it away from you. This is crazy. He's just saying you ask me nothing. Because you're not going to need to ask him anything because your heart will rejoice.
No. Okay. I don't think you understand the question. The question, why can we ask the Father and not Christ? That's the question.
Brother, he's saying in that day you ask me nothing. He's saying, I say to you, whatever you ask the Father, this is talking about right now. He will give it to you. So this is literally talking about in heaven, dude. Of course we're not going to be praying in heaven.
Why? Okay, whatever the context that you bring in, it's not warranted for Jesus saying, ask the Father, but not ask me. Would you agree?
No, he's not saying don't ask me. Oh my gosh.
Wallah,
he's saying that in that day, you will not ask me. Why?
Okay, that's the question for you. Why should we ask the Father but not Christ?
He's not saying that, bro. He's saying in that day you won't ask me, because he's talking about when he is in heaven and when we see him in the second coming.
Who? And he's proposing to ask who?
Right now, he's proposing you ask the Father. He doesn't say, in this day you won't ask me, but you will ask the Father. He's not saying, I don't know how you get this from the verse. Like, this is insane.
Nick,
this is literally insane. I don't know how you're getting this from this verse. No, I literally, I'm actually dumbfounded that you're getting this. Like, I'm genuinely dumbfounded that you get this.
Listen. Jesus is telling you in some context, in some day, no problem, or every X day, Jesus, you will no longer ask him, but you will ask the Father.
And what, according to verse 22, what is that day?
Your context, your day. You
the
say
second
that
coming, right?
No problem. Why is Jesus not accepting question, but the Father accepts questions?
Where does it say that in the second coming that the Father will accept questions?
It says, you will no longer ask me, but ask the Father, man. It's written, man. It's for your
does he say that in that day you'll ask the Father too? Or does he just say, whatever you ask in the Father's name, period?
He says, on that day you shall ask me nothing, but ask the Father in my name.
So he's not saying on that day of the you'll ask the Father. He's saying you'll just ask the Father in general.
You're saying there are separate sentences.
Yes. In that day you will ask me nothing, period. Most assuredly, I say to you, whatever you ask the Father in my name, he will give you.
So those statements have nothing to do with each other. They're not.
Oh my gosh!
They're not connected.
Nobody is saying that they're not connected. I'm saying I don't know how you're getting it from. That this is also in heaven. What would we ask the Father for when we're in heaven?
Okay, first of all,
why would we need to ask the Father? Wait, why would we need to ask for something? Right? Why would we need to ask the Father for something?
That's not the point. Whatever X. The disciples might have questions. Jesus is telling them, if you have any questions, you will not ask me on that day, but ask the Father. That's what he's telling them. It's written verbatim.
What would we need? Okay, but this is talking about in heaven, right?
Huh?
This is talking about in heaven, right?
X somewhere, no problem.
Why would we need to pray to the Father in heaven?
You tell me. Why is he telling them to ask the
Because it's
Father and
not
not
talking
Jesus?
about in heaven. He's talking about on earth, dude.
No problem. Why can't we ask Jesus, but ask the Father? Okay, my
Oh
brother,
my gosh, dude. Asking the Son is talking about when we actually get to heaven, because he says specifically in that day.
So in that day, in that day in the heaven, we won't ask Jesus. That's what you're saying, right?
Yes.
Because we're gonna be in heaven, right?
Yes.
But we will ask the Father.
We can ask the Father today.
Oh, so
because it doesn't make the declaration for the Father. It doesn't make the declaration
about two times.
Yes, he doesn't make the declaration for the Father in that verse at all.
So this is at two different times. One is in heaven, one is now.
Yes, literally.
Where do you see that?
Oh my gosh, because in verse 26 to 27, and even verse 25, there's a distinction between now and then. Verse 25, these things I have spoken to you in figurative language. He's talking about now. But there's a time when I will come when I will no longer speak to you in figurative language, but I will tell you plainly about the Father. Different time. Verse 26, and that day you will ask in my name. And I do not say that I shall pray to the Father for you, for the Father himself loves you because he has loved me. A different time.
Why does he say that? Why does he say that?
Why does he say what?
Why did he say in that day you will ask in my name? I'm not saying
because
that
he's making a distinction between in that day and today.
So in that day, why can't we ask Jesus? That's the question for you.
Because we won't need to, because there's going to be nothing to ask him about, because we're in heaven. We don't need to ask him for anything. We have everything we need in heaven.
We cannot ask something from Jesus on that day?
We won't need to, because we're in heaven.
So we don't pray to God in heaven anymore.
We'll ask him for something? No, we won't need to. It doesn't say anything about prayer itself. It says asking him of something.
So we don't submit to God in heaven. We don't worship God.
Oh my gosh. Do you think submitting to God is asking him for something?
Nick, is this Christianity?
Dude, does the verse say that we won't submit to him? Or does the verse say, brother, this is, oh my gosh, you're so, bro. The verse says, we won't ask him anything. We won't ask him anything. Does that mean we won't submit to him?
By submitting to him, we can ask him, right?
Can you submit to someone without asking them for something?
Do we have full knowledge in heaven?
Can you submit to someone without asking them for something?
Yes, sure.
Okay, so him saying you won't ask me something has nothing to do with whether or not we'll submit to him.
Okay, so us in heaven, you in heaven, you won't have questions to Jesus for God?
No, this is basics. This will literally be a part of what's called theosis.
Nick, can you stop being nonsensical, please?
Dude, this is crazy.
In heaven,
this is insane.
In heaven, can we ask God anything?
We won't read verse 25. We won't need to, because the time is coming when I will no longer speak to you in figurative language, but I will tell you plainly about the Father. So he's going to tell us everything. We won't need to ask him of anything.
So logically, in heaven, why can't we have questions in heaven, Nick?
We won't need to ask him for anything, because we are in heaven and we are with God and don't need anything.
We don't need anything in heaven.
No.
We don't ask him. So we are all knowing in heaven.
Oh my God, this is insane.
Are we not going to
me saying we won't need anything makes you think we're all knowing.
Nick, this interpretation is
what is the dude?
Try.
This is like I literally can't understand how people are dumb, bro. How on earth are you getting omniscience from this?
Well, because you said we don't need to ask questions, so you're implying that
we don't need to ask him for anything.
Yeah. So neither the Father,
like we don't, like the example he gave, we don't need to ask him to take away sorrow.
So we're not going to ask Jesus or the Father, both of them, right? Correct?
Correct.
Okay. So you're implying that human beings would not have any questions in heaven. That's what
that we won't need anything. We won't need to ask him for anything.
We can't ask him a question, something. Hey, Jesus, where are you going?
Not for anything. No. We won't need to ask him for anything. No.
Okay.
So do you think you're going to need to ask God for things in heaven?
Okay. No problem. So
I'm asking, do you think you're going to need to ask God for things in heaven?
Yes, I can ask. Of course, I will not.
So you're not going to have everything you need in heaven. You're going to need to ask for more stuff.
I have to ask for it.
Boy, y'all hate y'all God, but y'all hate y'all God. Someone came on earlier and said, God isn't enough. He needs the 72 virgins. Now he says he's not going to have enough. He's going to need to ask God for more stuff. Y'all are, bro, like y'all hate God. Genuinely, I genuinely think like Muslims, like they either hate God or they're atheists, and there's no in between that. How is an infinite good God not enough for you? Why do you need more? Bro, like, granted, in our heaven, we're going to have great things like mansions, but even if we didn't and it was just God, that would be enough because he's the infinite source of goodness. Like, this is insane. God is not, God's not, I need to ask God for some women, for some money. Like, bro, y'all going to need to ask God for everything. Dear Lord. Clutch would file a super chat for your patience. Appreciate it, bro. Constantinople would file a super chat. Nick, you won't need to ask Jesus anything in heaven because Jesus has completed what is done on earth. The Muslim dude, so we can blaspheme against God. Bro, nah, for real. I'm like, this is, bro, literally, dude. I don't get it. I don't get it. Truly, I don't. Oh, dear God. Insane. Hello? Hello?
Hello.
What's going on?
Yeah, I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm good. What you got?
Yeah, so you're asking me basically, you're asking us basically why essentially we don't believe, why we're not Christian. And the main reason I'm not Christian because I don't believe the reliability of the Christian scriptures and text that essentially they claim is from God.
Okay, why not?
Because essentially, not the first reason is the copies that you essentially, the scripture that you currently have is copies in a different language. Like, for example, Matthew. Matthew originally, according to your church fathers, was written in Hebrew, but the current ones that you currently have is in Greek.
Where do they say they were originally
And
written in
many
Hebrew?
of the,
You said
many
the
of
Gospels?
the, yeah, the
Okay,
Gospels.
where do they say the Gospels were all originally written in Hebrew? Show me.
No, I'm talking about in terms of Matthew.
Okay, show me where they say Matthew was originally written in Hebrew.
Yeah, some of them did say that. If you want the reference, I can give you it.
Yeah,
But let
sure.
me
Yeah, show me.
let me make the point first, and I'll give you the reference.
Okay.
So essentially, since the the church fathers claimed that essentially it was in Hebrew, you have basically copies in later language of Greek, and you no longer had basically the originals in the Hebrew language. And in fact, the later copies that you had, some of it is completely different from the originals, and especially some of the sects of Christianity, they had basically Matthew in basically essentially Hebrew. And then when we looked at the Hebrew text, the original text of those sects, it was completely different from the Greek.
Great. Okay, now can you
And if
show
you
me
want
where
that
the church? Yeah,
reference,
great. Now can
give
you
me
show me
one
where
second.
the church fathers say that it was originally written in Hebrew? Sure. I don't like that version. This is the OG one.
So basically, Eusebius, the church essentially historian, he basically wrote that essentially the original language was in Hebrew.
Okay,
The
where?
Gospel
What's
of
the writing? I'll go to it.
basically Eusebius, the church history, 3916.
What?
So he's
3916.
basically
What
saying
book?
that Yeah, in the book essentially. He's
No,
saying
no,
that it
which
was
book? I'm saying church history. He has like multiple books, like book 1, book 2, book 3. Like in which book does he say this?
the papyrus of Herodiopus.
Brother, can you tell me which book? You said Eusebius church history. Which book? There's like,
Yeah, papyrus of Herodiopus.
so not Eusebius anymore? We're going to someone else?
Basically, it's called the exegesis of the Lord's
Wait, I'm
saying.
confused, bro. Are we leaving Eusebius now?
No, that's basically the title of the book.
Okay,
It's
the
called
book is Eusebius
Exegesis
church
of the
history.
Lord's Saying.
Which book? There's 10 different books within Eusebius's church history. Which one?
Yeah, it's called basically exegesis of the Lord's saying.
Is that book 1, book 2, book 3? It'll say it at the top of the page.
No, that's essentially the title of the book.
Oh my god, bro. I figured out myself. This is crazy. Let me look.
Exegesis of the Lord's saying.
Oh. Okay, I think it's book 3.
Yeah, it's book 3.
Wow, thanks. Holy. I wish you would have told me that before. Which chapter?
Chapter 39.
Y'all wonder why I lose my patience, bro. Okay, I'm at chapter 39. Where at here does he say it was originally written in Hebrew?
So he basically says, Matthew put the sayings in the Hebrew language. And basically each one of them interpreted as best as they could.
I don't even know if he mentions Matthew here. Let me look. Which section? All right, bro. Like, let me know when you figure it out, bro. This is, bro. We said I'm losing patience, guys. I'm genuinely losing patience. I'm like genuinely losing patience. Oh my goodness. Whew. Hello?
Yeah. Hello?
Yeah, what's going on?
How's it going?
Good, what you got?
So, first question, do you believe that the Bible is the word of God?
Yes.
So, it came directly from God, right? It came with Jesus, or was it
Like, it
inspired
was
by?
inspired by God, and the prophets and the apostles wrote it down.
Okay, so here's my question. So first of all, the statement is, if you have a claim, you need some evidence to support the claim. For example, if I tell you that I can fly, I must demonstrate it for you, right? Show you evidence. You're claiming that Jesus existed, Jesus is God, the Bible is the truth. But where's your claim on that? Where's the evidence? Sorry.
Or which claim do you want to start with?
Okay, so first of all, where's the evidence that Jesus is God?
In the Gospels.
No. I'm saying, how can you prove that Jesus is God to like someone, let's say, even if he's not religious?
The fact that he rose from the dead.
We never seen that. That's the thing. You have to
Do you
prove
have
it,
to
not just tell me a story, right?
historical evidence that he rose from the dead? We have
Like
historical
what?
evidence of that, like the Gospels.
Okay, but if you look at Greek mythology, You can see people saying that they claim that they've seen Zeus. That does not mean that Zeus existed.
Okay, we can give internal evidence as to why those writings are false.
Okay, we can do the same thing for the Bible.
Okay, do it. Give me internal evidence the Gospels are false.
Okay, first of all, a lot of contradictions.
Okay,
If you miss,
give me one.
Okay, first of all, like in the Ark of Noah, right? One story says that God ordered Noah to take care
Brother,
of
I
each
said it
animal.
with the Gospels.
Like, what do you mean? Like the people who wrote the Bible?
Do you know what the Gospels are?
Like, no, I honestly don't. Why are you surprised? I don't know what do you mean by the?
The Gospels are the four books: Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. John 3:16. For God so loved the world, he gave his only begotten Son, that not everyone who should believe should perish but have everlasting life. I gotta say that. If you don't know the gospel, listen. I gotta at least tell him what the gospel is. Now you know what the gospel is, brother. The gospel is the good news of Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior, who came and was crucified and was resurrected from the dead. All right. I had to say it. We had to spread the gospel to all nations, but I kicked them out because there's no way I'm arguing with someone on contradictions in the gospel who doesn't know what the gospel is. There's no way I'm arguing with someone on the gospels who doesn't know what the gospels are. We're not going to get anywhere. I'll tell you what the gospels are, and I told him. I'll tell you what it is. Adrian, 10 on Super Chat. Basically, best of luck to you, Nick. Yeah. So basically, essentially, oh my gosh. So basically, it seems to be the case that, it says, was this the person I just let up? I don't remember. Hello?
Hello.
No? Okay, what's going on?
I want to say, why would I be a Christian if I already believe in the one true God, the creator in heaven and earth? There's one God and three gods.
We don't believe in three gods.
You don't believe in. You do believe in three gods, man. You do.
Can you prove that?
Yes, the Father, Son, Holy Spirit, three gods.
That's three persons: the Father, Son, Holy Spirit.
Okay, where do it say in the Bible that it's three persons?
The Father says that he's not the Son, and the Son says that he's not the Father. That makes them different persons.
Where did Jesus even say he was God? It's not even said in the Bible.
In Revelation 22, where he says he's the first and the last, the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end.
That was wrote by John in a
Yes.
dream. That was a dream. That don't
It was a
mean it's
vision.
biblical, man.
Oh, dreams don't mean anything now? Dreams aren't true? Visions aren't true?
Not all. No.
Oh, okay.
Not
So
always.
Muhammad's night journey, you shouldn't take that as truth?
Yeah, that you can take that. I said not always. Not always. Not when someone makes a statement like as big as that.
Muhammad made some pretty big statements about what he said in his too.
That is a big statement, bro.
Did Muhammad not make big statements in his night journey?
Yes.
So we shouldn't take it then, because when it has something that big, we shouldn't take it.
Kid, let me just say something. Listen, when he said, why did he only say I am God in a vision, and why didn't he say it when
didn't, bro. He didn't. If you read John chapter 5 too, he says he has all the power that the Father has. He can do anything the Father can do.
Do that necessarily mean he is God?
Yes, if you have all the power on earth, then yes.
Listen, man, you're a good kid. You should stay on your education, but you need to study Islam, okay? You don't know nothing about Islam. Have you even read the Quran?
Yes.
Okay, prove to me.
I don't know what you want me to prove. Like,
you know Arabic?
No.
You know you can't read the Quran without knowing Arabic, bro.
Oh, your God can only speak Arabic? That's sad.
No, but it's mandatory to know Arabic.
So your God can only speak Arabic?
No.
Oh, so why do you have to know Arabic to read the Quran then?
Because that's what the Quran come down as.
Have you ever read the Bible?
I read the Bible, just bits and pieces, yes.
Do you know Greek?
No.
You haven't read it because it was written in Greek. What are you talking about?
It's translations, but it's translations.
See how dumb he sounds? You see how dumb he sounds? You see how stupid these people sound, bro? Like, Do you see how stupid these people sound, bro? Oh my goodness gracious. I can't deal with it, bro. Today's been a day, man. Hello?
Hey Nick,
What's
how
going
are you?
on? I'm good. What's going on?
Hey, sorry to waste your time. I'm a Christian. I just want to ask, how would you defeat this new stupid Dawa script going on? The how many gods died on the cross and how many
One
didn't?
God died, the same one God didn't die because God is we need to equivocate who the God is referencing since God is an
Okay.
origin designator. God the Son died on the cross. We can also say God the Father did not die.
Okay, appreciate you.
Oh yeah, for sure. I go more in depth too. If you want to learn more, I have like a whole 10-minute like video on my Patreon where I go through how to explain it and go
Ah,
through
okay. Do
rebuttals.
you have a link of your Patreon anywhere? Is it
It
on your
should be in
YouTube?
my bio. Yeah, you click on my bio and it should have a link in there that pulls up more links, and my Patreon should be there.
Okay, appreciate you, man.
Yeah, no
God
problem.
bless.
No problem. I still need one new person that's live to subscribe to the Patreon, man. Y'all need to subscribe to the Patreon. Link is in the bio, man. I got all the good private teachings. Let's go, Mara. I see you, Mara. We got all the good teachings in there, man.
What's up, Nick? How you doing?
Good. What's going on?
Yeah. So I just want to address the prompt. I would say, obviously, from my upbringing, and my upbringing, that's basically why I'm Muslim. But when you look at the Bible, I'll be honest, I haven't read the whole thing, but when you look at some of the authors of the Gospels, there's something that even like your scholars admit. The divine I am claims, like in John's Gospel,
Yeah.
and there are, I think there's a few in the Synoptic, but it's not the same divine I am claims. So I think that John being the latest gospel, you have to admit it's kind of interesting that you don't find those divine I am claims in the earlier gospels because I think
I
is it
mean,
Luke?
we have like
But that's an important though. That's an
I'm
important
saying we
like
have
divinity
like
claim.
no, I'm saying though we have things before the Gospels like the epistles that are claiming he's God too. So that's irrelevant.
I'm talking about the Gospels though. Like if we stick just to the Gospels, right? The New Testament, right? you don't see that. So what is your thoughts on that as a Christian? How do you?
I don't think that's an issue because we see that he's God even in the previous Gospels. I would just say that John had his specific thing was to show that he was God, just like Matthew's specific thing since he was a tax collector is talking about the fact of how to deal with money and things of that nature.
So you don't think that's an issue?
No.
So all three books, like earlier books, don't. That's not no issue.
No, because the three earlier books
Interesting.
still portray him as God.
I don't think the same way. I think there's more Christology in the last gospel than the other ones. So I think if, for example,
I agree. There's more
I
in,
mean,
in
you would.
John. I agree. That's not an issue, though. I'm saying.
Okay, so would you admit when Jesus came in that time, that type of claim was heretical, right?
What claim was heretical?
To the Jews at the time, wouldn't that be heretical?
I mean, I don't know what she think. Nah, that wouldn't be heretical. No.
No, in the time of the Jews,
They would have had a wrong understanding. That wasn't
Of
heretical.
course.
That's not what heretical means.
No, but I'm saying it's such a divine claim that why isn't it narrated in the earlier gospel? That I feel like that's a big issue.
It's not because
I am God, right? That's your theology,
brother. Because
At the end of the
each person had a different job as to what they were supposed to write down. That's why some gospels have things that others don't. That's why Luke, as a physician, records more things about healing and miracles than other gospels do. It's not an issue though because they each have their own
So
thing.
Jesus being God, that's not the main issue for other gospels. That doesn't make sense to me. I don't think. That doesn't make
Because
sense.
everything is supposed to be coinciding together. They're not all. If they all had the same thing, there'd be no reason to have four gospels.
They should all say I am that use that divine
No, they don't
language, but
all.
didn't.
They don't all need to say I am. No, because
Why not?
bro, we literally see that he's God even in Matthew in the Transfiguration, dude.
Go
He
show
literally-
me.
Yes, in Matthew chapter 18, he comes down in the full glory of God. It's either Matthew 18 or 17, but I think it's 18. I lied. It's 17. Okay. Now, after 6 days, Jesus took Peter, James, and John, his brother, led him up on a high mountain by themselves. He was transfigured before them. His face shone like the sun, and his clothes became as white as light. And behold, Moses and Elijah appeared to them, talking with them. Then Peter said to Jesus, Lord, if it is good to be here, if you wish, let us make 3 tabernacles, one for you, one for Moses, and one from Elijah. So he lit the transfiguration, something that's like one of the biggest proofs that he's God, isn't even in the other gospel. It's only in, or at least in John. It's in Matthew. Literally, his clothes became as white as light. He was transfigured before them. His face shone like the sun.
Yeah, I don't see God there. I'm trying to look at this.
Brother,
I
he
don't
was
see God there.
transfigured before them and his face shone like the sun. You don't see God there?
Moses and Elijah
Appeared.
equal honor for all 3.
Yeah,
What verse is this?
This is Matthew chapter 17, verse 1 through 4.
Yeah, that's not I am God. That's not what Jesus is saying.
So what does it mean that he was transfigured and his face shone like the sun?
He was honored. He was revered.
Honored?
Everybody
transfigure? What do you think a transfiguration is, dude?
You still haven't shown me like the I am and the other like that.
Because
That's
you
a
don't
big
need
claim.
it. This one's bigger than I am.
That's bigger than I am.
Him being transfigured? Yes.
That's bigger than I am.
Yes.
Okay, so where do you get Jesus as God in John? Let me ask you that.
Anywhere.
No.
The fact that he said
Yeah, but what's the biggest verse for that?
I think there's a lot that are big. I would take the one
just
that
give
says,
me the biggest.
I'll just give you a
I'm
random one. The one where he says he can do everything the Father can do.
Okay, so the I ams aren't doesn't matter, right? The divine language.
I say they don't matter. You just ask me for one that I think is one of the biggest. John chapter 5 is one of the biggest.
Okay, man. But I feel like you guys have an issue with that, So
we don't, because him being you can't explain what transfiguration is without explaining his God.
I mean, anybody down in Christianity, you guys should look into that.
What is do you even know what transfiguration is?
I know what transfiguration is.
What is it?
It's transforming the figure.
So what was he transforming into?
Yeah. Tell me. You're adding into
no,
the
I'm
verse?
asking you because you're saying this isn't showing he's God.
Say? What's the verse say?
That's what
he's
I'm
transfigured
asking.
into God, right?
So what is he? What
Nick,
do you think?
I'm gonna guess it says he's transfigured into God.
No, I just want you to answer the question.
That's what I think.
Have you read it before?
You just brought it up. No, I haven't read it before. You just
so I
quoted
recommend you actually do proper research on these things and read them before.
Yeah. Everything that I said was well researched. You can't deny that.
Except for when you said the transfiguration isn't.
Yeah, so there's no divine
God.
I am statements in the synoptic gospels. Thanks, man.
Great, and you haven't proved why that's an issue. And he left. Slow. These people are slow. Oh yeah, he just transfigured and shone as bright as the sun, but nah, he's not God. Nah, he's not God. Nah. But he didn't say I am though. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, come on, man. Like, I know he literally transfigured and shone as bright as the sun, and he literally brought 2 people back from the dead right next to him. But he didn't say I am though. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. Lock into it. Oh my gosh. Nate would have found out super chat. If it wasn't for double standards, they wouldn't have any standards at all. This is true. Indian Christian with a 10. Feel that you get the memberships. Thank you, man. It's big time, bro. Say thank you if you got one, brother. Indian Christian. Appreciate you, GOAT. Are you really from India? If so, that's kind of cool. I wonder what time it is over there. Nick, this has been a great live, bro. This live has been insane. And matter of fact, when the live ends, I need y'all to put comments about how good the live was so people know when they come in, man. Or I think you might be able to do it now if you like scroll over on the live chat. You have to see though. Hello?
Hi, hello.
Hey, what's going on?
I'm from Albania, Europe.
Okay, cool. What's up, man?
I'm an ex-Muslim, an ex-Salafi, precisely. And I'm looking into Orthodoxy, and I wanted to know, I have a big problem with slavery. And I looked into the Gregory of Nyssa, you might know him. And he has a very good doctrine about slavery, and he sees it as a sin. And I wanted to know, why didn't his doctrine spread among the early church
Sorry,
fathers?
you said Nyssa sees what as a sin?
Slavery.
Okay, and what's the issue with that?
Why did his doctrine spread among the early church fathers, and why did Justinian accept it, and why didn't they oppose it?
Because
that's
it's
what I
true.
want to know. So slavery is allowed according to you?
You said
It's
he
good?
said slavery is a sin.
Yes, Gregory of Nyssa.
Brother, a sin means it's not allowed.
Yes. That's what I read about Gregory of Nyssa. He saw it as a sin. And
And
he's
what's
the
the issue
only...
with that?
Because it's a sin. One of the reasons I left Islam is because of slavery, chain slavery.
Bro, what do you think a sin is?
A sin is something that's not allowed.
So what is his issue with
That's
saying slavery is not allowed?
I mean, it was accepted among the early church fathers, the majority of them.
You
And
just
I
said he
wanted
said
to
it was
know,
a sin.
but he's the only one. Why did the majority accept it
Who?
as
Show me.
not
Show
a
me
sin?
someone. Show me someone that said it wasn't a sin.
Justinian,
Okay, show me
for
where.
example, the Code of Justinian. He saw it as acceptable to own slaves and to inherit slaves,
Okay.
like in Islam.
The Code of
The
Justinian. Where at exactly in the Code of Justinian?
I don't know exactly where. I don't recall it, but I've read it that the children of slaves, female slaves, are automatically slaves. That's what I read. That's the same
That's
in Islam.
true. That's talking about indentured servitude though.
It's slavery
It's in
for life.
Brother, okay, you have to understand, not all slavery is bad. For example, in the Constitution, prison is considered slavery in the United States. Not all slavery is bad. Indentured servitude at the time was a voluntary slavery.
Yes,
That's
yes,
not the same thing.
but it's inherited slavery. So a child becomes automatically a slave.
Yeah, that's
You
simply
know,
because of the fact is while the parent is paying off their debt, the
but
child is still with them.
what's the fault of the child?
Brother, the fault of the child is nothing. The fact that they're still a quote unquote slave is because they're just living with their parents who is a slave. It's not that they are going to be a slave for their whole life.
That's what it means.
You have to show me. You have to give me evidence because I disagree.
I call it chain slavery.
That's
for
not
life.
no Christian thinks chain slavery is allowed.
It's in the Code of Justinian.
Where? Show me.
I didn't came prepared. I thought you know it. Sorry. But that's a big problem for me
It shouldn't be
to.
a problem because slavery is not allowed in Christianity. So,
I mean,
like race-based slavery, stuff like that is not allowed.
not race-based, but this kind of slavery where the status of the mother is inherited to the child, so the child becomes automatically a slave. This is the same in Islam. When I found about this in Islam, this one was of the major reasons I left Islam.
Yeah,
The major
that's a bad
ulama,
reason
the
because
fiqh.
there's no, you're not gonna find church fathers saying this is okay. That the child will then be in slavery for their whole life. It's not a thing.
I've read it. I know it. But
You want to find it? Maybe come back. I don't expect you to have it on top of your head. You want to find it and come back?
Yes, if I could.
Okay, sounds good, man. Just let me know when you find it, bro. Work other way with 10 feelings you get the memberships. W work other way, man. Glad to have you in here, bro. Thank you for to get the membership, man. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that, man. Antonio, the final super chat. Jesus has two natures and two wills, but does that also mean he has two essences? Yes, because nature and essence are pretty much synonymous. So yes, it does mean that. Yeah, it also could have been, I guess, maybe some sort of language barrier because I don't know what Nissa had to do with that. If he condemned it, I don't know what he'd have to do with that. Hello?
Yo.
Hey, what's going on?
I just had a question, bro.
Okay.
Looking into Orthodox, but I have a question about like where is praying to saints in the scripture?
I think it's implicitly in scripture. Probably not going to be explicitly. But I would go based off the church. It's just within the church teaching, so that's why we believe it. As far as
So
implicitly
you
though, we know that the saints can hear things that happen on earth. They know things that happen on earth because they rejoice when a sinner repents. It
the
says that
angels
the throne of
rejoice.
yeah, the angels, and it would be the same, because if you actually read, it says that the incense is brought up, the prayers are brought up to the saints in Revelation. I think that's like Revelation 11 maybe.
So,
Um,
uh-huh.
but yeah, like I said though, it would be more implicit in the Bible. We mainly get this doctrine explicitly from the church.
So you don't. I mean, like if it's not in the Bible, you just assume that the church fathers got it correct. And why is that?
Yeah, the same way the word Trinity is in the Bible, but we believe in the Trinity.
Yeah, but like it's not. Yeah, because the Trinity's like described in the scripture.
How do you know what scripture is?
The church fathers.
Oh, so yeah.
Um. Yeah, but why do you like? Why do you put like that much? I guess my question is like, why do you put like so much trust into like what the church fathers say is like right?
Well, because even if you're
When-
looking at it from a biblical perspective and presupposing the Bible even says that there's traditions that are taught outside of the Bible that we must adhere to. And so, how do we know what those are? Well, it's the fathers. How do we know it's the fathers? Well, because we have apostolic succession, right? We have people that come from the disciples in a line, in an unbroken chain. And so we believe them that they're obviously teaching the same thing because they're in that unbroken chain.
What unbroken chain? I'm sorry.
So, like, for example, like John discipled Polycarp, who discipled Ignatius, etc., 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 all the way down the line for thousands of years.
Yeah, and John got the spirit. John and his disciples got the spirit of truth after the resurrection.
Yeah.
Okay, so I know what you mean. So like the Holy Spirit was working through all of them, or like I think that's what I just want to understand. Like I just want to make sure like what they're teaching is what Christ intended to happen. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I do think the Holy Spirit works through all of them. That doesn't mean they're all like infallible or anything, though. I think he works through the church fathers just like he works through anyone. That he teaches them, but it's up to them to actually have the correct doctrines and to follow God properly.
okay, bro, I see what you mean, bro.
Well, cool, man. We got any other questions, anything, bro?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just really considering orthodoxy. I mean, I just converted from agnostic to Christianity
Good,
a
I'm
month
glad.
ago. So, I mean, I'm really interested in orthodoxy. So I was just trying to ask a question because I was thinking hard on converting
If you
to
go,
orthodoxy.
so I have a website we actually just made. It's called Orthodox. I'll put it in the chat here if you want to like either copy it or screenshot it. It's called orthodoxworldwide.com. Anybody on YouTube, the link's in the bio too if you want to look there. Go to orthodoxworldwide.com. We have it's literally a website all about learning orthodoxy. And we also have a parish finder on there. If you put in your zip code, it'll tell you where the nearest Orthodox parish is near you. You can go to it. But we also have things on there, just advice on general life advice. You can ask a question on there. We have a Q&A section. So it's a good resource for you to like continue learning about orthodoxy.
Okay. And you just suggested me to really just talk to a priest.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I would use that parish finder, put in your zip code, find something near you, and go try to talk to the priest after a liturgy one day. Go to a liturgy and then try to talk to the priest after a liturgy someday.
Wait, after the liturgy, like that's like after like the Eucharist and all that, or
Yeah, it's after that. So basically, you'll go to liturgy. It'll be like the church service. After that, typically most churches have like a coffee hour, and then the priest kind of will clean up, figure out everything, finish what they're doing in there, and then you can just stay and talk to the priest after.
Okay, perfect. And like, I just don't want it to seem like I don't want it. One of my friends told me that like I should go in the morning, like I should go like when they first start.
Would not recommend.
Would not recommend.
No, because honestly, some priests get there like right, like so we have what's called like orthros before that. And typically, like a lot of the priests will like literally get there like right when it starts. It might start at like 8 a.m. and they might get there like 7:55. And so you might not have any time to talk to them before that. And so I would recommend going to liturgy and talking to them after, because after the liturgy, that's their job now. is to talk to y'all.
Right.
Anyone who asks, that's their job. Like
So
no matter
like
what.
coffee hour.
Yeah, so they'll have coffee hour. So you can either one of two things. At the end of the service, you'll go and you'll kiss the cross. You can either sit there and just wait in the parish and wait for them to finish up, and then they'll come out and then you can talk to them, or you can go to coffee hour, go hang out with people, and then wait and then talk to them then, or go talk to people, say, hey, I'm trying to talk to a priest. You guys, you know, can you guys like have someone introduce me to him, whatever. Either or, you can do either of those things.
Okay.
But yeah, I'd recommend after, not before, 100%, because they might not have time. Because before they literally have a responsibility to get to liturgy, so they might not be able to talk.
They might not be able to do it. Okay, I see what you're talking about.
Also, you can always email it once you put in your zip code in there. You find a parish. You can also email the parish, say I want to set up a meeting, and do that.
Yeah.
Either way.
All right, bet. I think that's pretty much all the questions. Any other? I mean, I can ask these other questions to, you know, the priest. Maybe
Yeah, ask the
Sunday,
priest,
regular.
or like I said, I have my website, or feel free to shoot me a DM anytime. And I'll take a look at my DMs on here periodically, so you can feel free to shoot me a DM, and I'll answer it if I see you.
All right, bro.
All right, bro. God bless you.
I
Man.
appreciate it, man. God bless.
Yep, take care. Straight with $5 super chat. 40 generations of first cousin married in full effect tonight. Full effect, man. Then with a $10 super chat. ID can be turned to Orthodox apologetic. Injil is gospel. Gospel is written and preached. Orthodoxy has historical gospel. ID can be turned to Orthodox? I don't know what you mean by that. Injil is gospel. Gospel is written and preached. Orthodox. Yeah, I don't know what you mean by that. ID can be turned. I don't know what you mean by that, I'm being honest. Edward with a $10 super chat. If I convert to Islam but have no cousins, who will I marry? The Islamic Dilemma Part 2. That's funny. W. New Orthodox Dilemma just dropped, guys. New Orthodox Dilemma just dropped. But with that being said, I'm going to hop off. We all got to go support our brother, Inspiring Philosophy. Inspiring Philosophy is doing a formal debate tonight versus the Orthodox Muslim. If actually one of my mods in the chat on YouTube could post a link to that. It's on the Gospel Truths channel. If someone could put a link to that for everyone there. It's going to be a great debate. We got to support our brother. And if we head in there, man, you know, Fearless Truth community, we can all hang out today. I'll be in there with y'all. So it starts in like 20 minutes. So I will, if you guys are looking for the link on TikTok, come to my YouTube link in bio. One of my mods is going to put it in the chat and I'm going to pin it. If y'all want the link, again, I'm going to end the TikTok live right now. If you guys want the link, make sure y'all come to the YouTube. One of my mods are going to put it there and it'll be there. God bless. All right, let me pin this. Well, let me first make sure it's the correct link. I should probably make sure that he has the right link and everything, but I assume he does. Okay, he does. Okay. Okay, the link is pinned now. The link is pinned now, guys. The link is pinned now. We can still hang out, man. The live doesn't really end here, man. We can go to that live, man. We can go hang out a little bit. You know, Fearless Truth community, we're everywhere. We're worldwide. We're in every live. We're in every live. All right? We're in every live, man. Oh, I got like 20 minutes to the live. I'm going to go get some food so I can watch it and eat some food. I don't know about y'all. So, yeah, raid the live, man. Say Fearless Raid in there, man. Fearless Truth Raid. Make sure when y'all go in the live, y'all say Fearless Truth Raid. God bless you guys. I appreciate y'all. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, I will see y'all next time. Oh, sorry. By the way, I see you, Van. ID is Islamic Dilemma. I got you, bro. Sorry. I get it now. I'm sorry, bro. God bless.